I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around for
You could be with anyone, and I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me.
Hey, welcome to the show. I just finished watching this dang on thing. We will get into my thoughts in a moment, but before we do, let me get a 1 in the chat if you can see me. Let me get a 2 if you can. If you can see me, you can hear me. Give me the 1. If you can't, there's technical problems, which there seems to be always now. Give me a 2. In which, if there's a 2, you guys, I probably won't get anything, but that's fair. All right, I see someone's hitting the chat. Thank you guys so much. Guys, gals, men, women, ladies, gentlemen, he, she, they, thems. Let me tell you guys something. This tell-all right here. Can we talk for a minute? You know, we'll let the room fill up a little bit, but we're gonna have to get into this shit. We're gonna have to get into the bullshit of the bullshit, okay? Because this thing is crazy. This thing is crazy. You know, we're gonna have to talk about this. Before we do, let's get I have my thing. Let's get some hearts in the chat. Some of our members have been have expressed that they were actually Skin Boutique said she missed the whole thing. So they missed the whole thing. They expressed that they were going through some nuanced times, we'll say that. Nuanced times since the beginning of the year. So let's get some hearts in the chat for Michelle, Megatron, Betty, and for Darlene Hall. Yeah. Let's get some hearts in the chat for these folks. Just means of showing support. You know, if they want to share their stuff, they can do that. And, you know, the hearts are generally for anybody who needs that support. Know that we are here to back each other up, to support each other, which, you know, far surpasses the ridiculousness of the sister wives' foolishness. Okay, because look, I'm trying to even it out a little bit, so that way I'm not just ripping into this thing cussing. Because there's some things we're gonna have to talk about. Kimberly said, I was yelling 10 minutes in. Now I get why Kody won't appear with any of them. If they were all together, you know, hands would have been thrown. Yeah, we're gonna have to get into this. But before we do, Brittany, what's going on, Bray? How you doing? One of the mega minds that left some messages, if you will. Kody and Robyn, can you both please go find a skill that earns revenue so you can get the hell off my screen? Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Well, we're gonna get into that in a minute. You know, something. Then we had Brittany with the $4.99 super chat. Said, James, can you do a video with Robyn explaining what girl games are with clips of her actually playing the game? I could do that. You know, in fact, I think I will do that. It's a good idea, Brittany. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about girl games. And what I think girl games are in the context for which they're using it. Okay? We'll talk about games and the context in which they're using it on the show. Yeah. Because you know what? I feel like what's that guy, John Legend? I feel like John Legend. We're just different kind of people. He said ordinary people. I'm like, we different kind of folks. Me and the Brown clan, we a different kind of people, cuz I'm gonna be straight up with you. They're not ordinary people. We're different kind of people. Cause I couldn't do this bullshit. I couldn't do this. This is too much for me. We'll talk about it in a minute. Thank you so much, Brady. They had Brittany not Brittany with a $4.99 super chat. Said 10 years for double. 10 years for double? In 10 years, bruh, you already doubled your money. You math magician mother, you've already doubled your money. You paid roughly about $800,000, $900,000 for Kody Pass. You just sold it for like 1.6, 1.7, somewhere around there. That is damn near doubling your money, shy like 100,000, 100 bands. You doubled your money already. And it didn't take 10 years to do it, you moron. You moron, you freaking moron. It didn't take you 10 years to do it. So I don't understand when you say we could double our money. You've already, and you're counting the money because you got the money up. What are you doing? Are you serious? Are you serious now? Like this guy, boy. You should not be in. We're gonna have to talk about. We're gonna get all the way into this shit. Because at this point, I'm tired. I'm tired. I am so tired. You know, and we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into because we got to peel the layers back. But thank you so much, Brittany. Not Brittany. Then we had Kitty, 8 months. Woohoo! Thank you so much for the support, Kitty. I appreciate you. We had Darlene Hall in the house. What's up? The audacity of Kody and Robyn. I believe Janelle. I believe Janelle. Yeah, it's some snaky shit going on. I'll leave it there. But thank you, darling. Then we had Megatron with the $2 super chat. I told y'all that heifer did that shit. WWE. Oh no, Megatron's on the top rope. She can't be stopped. She can't be stopped. Somebody call The Rock. You better call The Rock and John Cena to get Megatron off of Janelle's ass. Because she picking up chairs, just kaboinking people. Kaboink. Here, take this with you. I told y'all. She's like, no bullshit. Yeah. All right, thank you, Megatron. I appreciate you. Michelle Woods in the house with the $4.99 super chat. Said TLC will never cut the bull and get real. Time for the show to end and stop enabling Robyn and Kody's abuse towards the OG3. I'm actually closer to that. I'm actually closer to that point. You know, because I get it. But I agree. Michelle Woods is on to something. Michelle Woods. This shit is crazy. Oh, we got Megatron with the $20 super chat. Said, now her lawyer told her that. Now her lawyer told her that. So how is it Kody's idea if her lawyer mentioned it to her? by Kody, but Kody brought it up to her. Woo! James, play that Kevin Hart somebody. Look at that sound bit, please. Yeah, right. That you're gonna learn today. You know what I mean? It's I'm on that note, I'm gonna just come right out and say it. I was hoping that Janelle's explanation would be a little bit better. I was hoping that it would be a little bit better because because what she's providing isn't necessarily a denial. It's a non-denial denial. It's I didn't bring it up. Kody brought it up and I agreed with it, but I wasn't going to do it with him. But I never went back and told Mary, and I never did anything to stop it. So, I mean, we'll have to get into the nuance in a little bit. We'll have to get into the nuance of it in a little bit. All right, but like I said, Megatron off them top ropes, boy. She is not playing around. She up there warming the elbow up. You remember them guys back in the day? I don't know how old folks are, but back in the day, the wrestlers, before they did a move on somebody, like they're gonna drop that elbow on them, they warm that bitch up. They're like, about to drop this big bow on your neck. Bow! You gonna have to take this with you. Tell your boys what I just gave you. Thank you, Megatron. I appreciate you. Let me get you a little something. Brittany, not Brittany, with the $4.99 super chat, said, if I heard Kody say that BS about giving me my money at his leisure, security still be pulling me off his bald head ass. Mary's better than me. And that's what I'm saying. These different kind of folks. These are different kind of people. Because even then, like, and this is what, let's start there. This is kind of where, like, Mary's little bullshit ass, well, I want to be nice and I don't want to cause no problems and I don't want to be part of the ex-wife's club and I'm blah, 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 and I want to be fair and I want to be kind and I want to give the best view of everybody and blah, 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 tickle their nuts. Look, this is why you get treated the way you get treated. This is why you get treated the way you get treated. Because the whole time, I don't want to say nothing mean about him. I don't want to say nothing nasty about him. He thinks he can do whatever he wants to you, and you're not going to do shit about it. That's why he feels like he can do whatever he wants, and you ain't going to do shit. That's why he feels like he could rob you blind, and you're not going to do a damn thing about it. You're just going to take it. Thank you, may I have another? Because that's how he's been doing you. That's how your whole relationship is set up. Oh, he ain't going to silence me. I will not be silenced. The whole time before y'all got to the tell-all, you telling Jen that you don't want to say shit. You telling Jen you don't want to say nothing. Then all of a sudden you mad because Robyn showed up with an NDA. I think Robyn played herself because she showed up with an NDA. Because you wasn't going to say shit. Stupid. Let me. Thank you so much, Brittany. You're amazing. But this is not so much. Not so much. Straight up. Sassy Experience with the $5 super chat. What's up, Sassy? How you doing? Trying to stay up to call in because I need y'all to realize that Janelle is still as much under Kody's spell as Robyn, Mary, and yes, even Christine. All five are FOS. Oh, we do the call-ins on Tuesday, just so you know. We just do the call-ins on Tuesday. I don't want to bring you out, but yeah. But I agree. Janelle's still trying to play nice, trying to play footsie. Megatron, like I said, she dropped some gems on Saturday, and she said what I was thinking a while ago, that Janelle will walk the line, and it seems like she's trying to hold the door open. Megatron took it further than I ever did. She said basically that Janelle's trying to be nice enough to Kody to leave that door open so that when it doesn't work out between him and Robyn, he could float his ass back down that way. That door is not closed. The opportunity is still there. So, like, she doesn't go after Kody until Kody comes after her. You know, she say little slick shit, but she don't really go after him. But thank you so much, Sassy Experience. You know. And that's also part of the reason why I'm not a big fan. Like, I know a lot of people and I'm not saying it's wrong to put pressure on Robyn, but this is why I also say we can't sit here and ignore Kody's part. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Robyn got the magic, she got the magic, the magic Cuda, and all of a sudden she hit him with the Thundercat, and she get to bend his will to whatever she want him to do because she's running shit. If she's doing that, then Kody's not responsible for anything that he do. And I don't think that shit is true. I don't give a damn how good y'all think she banging and slanging. I don't think that it removes his responsibility and his autonomy. Kody do what Kody want to do. And he's in the situation he's in because he chooses to be in that situation. And so I think when you do that, and I see people do that as the fan base, but if you're in Janelle's position, then yeah, you want to blame the other woman. Oh, the only reason why he treats my kids that way is because the other woman is telling him to do it and he listening to her. The only reason why he's treating me like an asshole is because the other woman is telling him to do it, and he's he's just trying to make her happy. But that's not who he is. That leaves the door open, because if it's not him, then he can come back. If he's not the one making the decisions, he can come back. And that's part of the reason why I'm saying, he's involved. He's involved. Yeah, she don't want him hanging out with her. She don't want him hanging out with his other kids and with the baby moms. I don't dispute that. But he doesn't hang out with his other wives. He doesn't hang out with his other kids. Not because Robyn doesn't want him to, but because he doesn't want to. Because if it's in him to be around his kids, I don't give a shit what Robyn is doing. She could have fireworks shooting out of her ass, and it wouldn't make a damn bit of difference. I'm not saying he wouldn't jump on a ride every once in a while, but he wouldn't be cutting his kids off. That's a decision he's making. And I'm telling you, as a father, I am not going to make an excuse for another man who don't want to be involved with his kids because he think his girl banging right. Oh, dude, you don't know what she be doing to me. I don't give a shit. You could call your kids. You can be involved with your kids. First of all, if you had a real relationship with your kids, the divorces, even though they could impact it, you wouldn't be starting from scratch. You wouldn't be trying to reintroduce yourself to your kids. You wouldn't be trying to restart relationships that were never there. You would damn sure miss those relationships. So nah, I'm not. Nope. Like, we could sit on and talk all day. Robyn's conniving, Robyn's evil. She did this, she did that. Cool. Same time, Kody gonna have to get in the boat ride with her. That's his choice. He made a choice. And if it was a situation where she said, either you go see your kids and deal with those women, or you can come into the bedroom and I'm gonna knock your socks off. That shit is still a choice. That's a choice. Unless you got a clank, 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 hitting them with them hammers, you leave this house, you're going to leave with some holes up and you're going to be leaking. Unless she's doing that shit, this is a choice that he's making willingly. no matter what is going on, no matter what we say about Robyn, this is a choice Kody's making. And I'm not going to absolve him of that choice just because there's a woman present. If you got a guy who's not coming around to see your kids, it ain't the other woman that he's married to. It ain't her. It's him. Because the example I always use, instead of it being a child, you telling me that if Janelle was sitting up there and instead of having 6 children, she had $6 million she had a $6 million business that the two of them started together. $6 million is worth $6 million. You telling me that Kody would go and listen to Robyn, girl, you know that she got that $6 million sitting over there waiting for me. And all I gotta do is go over there and I could participate in that business. But I'd rather be here humping on you, Robyn, because you got the magic kitty cat. That's crazy. That's crazy. Not only would he be over there trying to talk to him every chance he could get and sit in the lobby and want to be involved with all the business, want to know the ins and outs of what's going on and how's it going, how's the money maturing, is the investments working, what's the ROI, what's the return on investment on things that we're investing in, how we going to grow this money, how we going to make it big and strong and prosperous, how we going to do all this thing. I need to know because I'm a partner, because I helped you to start this and I need to be involved. $6 million instead of 6 kids. And if she ever would have said, you know what, Kody, I think that we don't get along and I don't want to be with you no more. So you should leave me and the business and go off with Robyn. Okay, yeah, I'm going to leave you $6 million. There's no fucking way. She would, if she tried to do that, if instead of 6 kids, it was a $6 million business, she would be in court. He would have took her ass to court. How you gonna keep me away from something I helped to create? How you gonna keep me away from something that is half of mine? And no, I will not be excluded from making decisions when it comes to that. Hell no. And here's my attorneys. I mean, we got to put it in perspective. Like, straight up. If he was serious about that shit, he would be all... There's no way. Like I said, instead of a child, if it was a successful business, he would be all over your ass. Oh, I tried to call her twice last year, and I couldn't get through because the phone was busy, and the other time I left a message, and she ain't never called me back. So what did you do? I stopped, but I be trying, though, because I'm a good one. $6 billion business? Hell, $6 billion business. I be sitting outside her house. I be stalking her ass out at the supermarket. I be jumping out of freaking bushes. We need to talk. We need to talk. How come I can't see? I need to come by. We got to talk about what's going on with the business. There's no way in the world. $6 million versus 6 kids. Are you crazy? Kody be ready to fight in the streets. Like he said about Robyn's kids, he'd be ready to go to war if it was a business instead of kids. All of a sudden, he's shy. He don't know what to say. Come on now. Oh, Robyn be getting on. She be throwing that magic cootie booty on him, and all of a sudden, he don't know which way is up or down because he chooses not to know which way is up or down. He's making a choice. I know it's an easy thing to say that men are simple and men are easy, but it's that easy. If you have a man and he don't want to come and see your kids, it's not the other person. If you got a woman and she don't want to deal with your kids, it's not because she rocking on the magic stick, swinging off the magic stick. It's because she's deciding that that's not what she wants to do. He's deciding that's not what he wants to do. And it's on them. They're the ones who brought that life into the world. Robyn didn't bring anything into the world. Kody did. This is Kody's responsibility, not Robyn's. Robyn doesn't, and I know we like to to do the thing where, in a moral sense, you know, we like to help the kids and all that. And Robyn should be she joined the family, and morally she should be responsible for the kids and the benefit of the kids. And she should want the whole family to get together. And as a woman, she should want the father to be involved with her kids. She don't owe them kids shit. She don't owe them kids nothing. She don't owe Kody anything. Robyn doesn't owe the other wives anything. She doesn't owe Kody's other kids anything. You know who enforces that? Kody. Full stop. Full stop is Kody. 100%. Now, as a partner, ideally, I wouldn't be involved with somebody who couldn't accept my children and couldn't deal with my children and somebody who doesn't have it in them to encourage me to be around my kids. I would choose not to be with them. But I also recognize that they don't owe my kids anything. When the morals of we put all the cards on the table, Robyn doesn't owe Janelle, Christine, or Mary's children anything. It's on Kody to enforce that. And if Kody sits there, Kody sits there and lets them talk shit, lets Robyn talk shit about his kids, or lets him sit in her house, right? Is she wrong for that? Yeah, I look at her sideways for that. But does she have to disrupt or break up her family because Kody's not doing the right thing by some other children that he made? Does she? Does she have to make her kids fatherless because he won't be a father to the other children when he's willing to be a father to her kids? Now, we can sit here. There's a difference between, should she do it versus is it her duty and responsibility? The responsibility of Kody caring for his kids and being around his kids is Kody's, not Robyn's. They didn't get married to share that responsibility. That is Kody's responsibility, to make sure he's around them kids. And we can sit there and talk all day about cultures and all that bullshit. I'm telling you right now, my culture is, because we can respect their culture, but my culture is, ain't nobody telling me that I can't be around my children. I'll burn this motherfucker down. Pardon my French. Look, I go to war with the world before somebody tell me I can't be around my kids. And if I'm screwing you, and you're telling me I can't be around my kids, then we are no longer doing that activity because you're a shit person. That's my two. I'm not going to not mess with you because as a woman, you should try to encourage. No, bump all that dumb shit. As a human being, you are not the kind of person I deal with. You ain't the kind of person I vibe with. We are not meant for each other. And obviously, that's not Kody's line. That's not Kody's line. That's my line. That's not Kody's line. Everybody got different lines on what a red flag is. To me, that would be a big ass red flag. I'm sitting in your house. You know, it's my kid's birthday, and I'm sitting in your house. Oh, Jay, what you doing here? I thought it was the baby birthday. Well, it is, but I'd rather sit here with you and chill, Netflix and chill and stuff. Give me that good stuff. Oh, really? And especially as a divorced woman who supposedly was with a man who didn't want to have anything to do with his kids, even though she had to force him into putting them up for adoption so that he could actually see them. She said that he was a neglectful father. She said that she's also the victim of growing up with a father who was an absentee dad. So she knows the pain of it. But then you're going to do that to somebody else's kids? And I'm supposed to feel comfortable screwing you how exactly? And you know what I mean? Woman, I don't want to be in a room with your crazy ass, let alone get naked and be in a room with you. Are you crazy? What? That makes no sense. So that's why I'm saying, we got to start. I'm not doing the wives club stuff no more. I'm not doing the wives club stuff. I'm not gonna put it on Shit that's Kody's to own, I'm not going to share it with anybody else. That's on Kody. It's on Kody. Tiff Covington, $4.99 super chat. If Janelle really is signing names on the parcels, why would she not put her name on more of them to protect her equity? She did not do that. That shit Kody did. They even said it in previous episodes. She wanted her name to be spread all over all 4 parcels. She didn't understand why their names didn't appear on all 4 parcels of Kody Pass. And technically, she didn't understand why her name and Mary's name didn't appear on Robyn's. Oh, I just did it again. I'm sorry. Not Robyn's house, the McMansion. On Kody's house. Because like I said before, let's stop putting shit on Robyn that's not Robyn's to carry. Kody received that money from Mary and Janelle. Mary and Janelle, no way in the world would have given Robyn all of their house money when they sold their house in Vegas. They never would have given all of their house money to Robyn. They gave their money to Kody. So it's Kody's house. It's Kody's house. And Janelle and Mary wanted their name to appear on Kody's house. But Kody blamed Robyn and said that Robyn wanted to have, this is Robyn's personal property or her estate or her assets. So we're going to put it in Robyn's name. But conspicuously, his name is right next to Robyn's name on said documents. Kody's house. Kody's house. So yeah, I don't believe that bullshit. Oh, she was my auditor and she did the books and my financial advisor. First of all, if she's your, even in a lie, there's a little bit of truth. Because let's put it this way. If you say that Janelle was your financial advisor, you would be taking the leadership position in that relationship. What does that mean, James? That means an advisor is just that. They advise, not order, not mandate. She's not the financial manager, the financial boss, the financial warlord or whatever. She's an advisor. So basically, if you have a financial advisor, even in a business, I like how they throw the business terms around and don't quite understand how business works. If you're a financial advisor, they'll tell you, hey, you hit the lottery. I advise you diversify your income so that way you can reduce your tax burden. You might be able to get a decent return on this money, or you might be able to sustain this money longer. So depending on what you're purchasing, how your purchase power works, or how your purchasing habits work, you might be able to not go broke in 5 years. Here's my advice. You could look at the recommendation that your financial advisor give you and say, screw that. I'm going to get a double wide with an above ground pool on 50 acres of prime real estate. And I'm just going to have parties every night for everybody in town. And I'm going to buy the strip club out every night. And I'm going to go down there and get robbed. There was a guy who actually did this. That's why I'm saying it. That's what a financial advisor is. So even if she advised him or suggested it, he's trying to make it sound like he Kody whipped for Janelle. And I don't think that that's the case. So yeah, the financial advisor, he's so full of shit. Like I said, it just don't make no sense. This whole thing is dumb. It don't make sense. Thank you so much, Tiff. She my financial advisor. She know what she said? Because even at Tiff's point, you know what she said? She said, Kody, you need to put your name on everything. You only put me on 2 parcels. You put Robyn on 2 parcels. You put Christine on 1 parcel. And you put Mary on 1 parcel. You know why? because they not loyal like I am. What he was doing was, essentially what he was doing was he put Mary on one and he put Christine on one because those were the two wives that was giving him the most problems. That's why they each got one cut apiece. Janelle was the one he thought he could keep in order. Robyn was the one he thought was his partner. The math is mathing. But craziness. Crazy. We had Terry Clump. Sorry. Terry L. Clump. $4.99 super chat. It's gotten to the point Kody can't keep track of his lies he tells anymore. New member, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, he can't keep track of this stuff. Because when you tell so much bullshit and you don't get pushback, and that's part of the problem with these tell-alls. He's so used to just saying whatever he's going to say that works at the time he's saying it. Like, it works in a particular instance, but then when you compound it with maybe a changing narrative or additional information, all of a sudden the first excuse he gave doesn't work anymore. So now he has to come in with something different. And that's all that is. It's just craziness. Not impressed. But I agree. He can't keep track of the lies he's telling. And they don't even try. Like, at this point, I feel like they're not even trying. They're not even trying to tell good lies anymore because they don't respect us. Thank you so much, Terry. Let's see. Ty with the $2 super chat said Robyn and Kody put the battery in Mary's back watching her go. Yeah, they do. But it's almost like that. I mentioned before, like I ride bikes. There's a motorcycles. There's a bikes like in the 70s, early 80s. I wasn't riding back then, but I wasn't old enough. But dirt bikes. What do you say? What's called a kickstart, right? I ain't familiar. Like, you turn the thing out, you kickstart it, like you stand on it, basically, and it'll start the bike. And that's kind of what I think about Mary. Like, she'll be chugging along, and she said, "We're all gonna be friends. We're all gonna be cute, and we're gonna be buddies. And I'm not gonna say nothing nasty about them because I'm still mature." And then Kody and Robyn come along and kick us square in the ass, and then all of a sudden she want to be gangster. So, like, you got to come with the energy. Like, it's like they jump your ass at the tell-all all season long. They jump the shit out you, jump you like crisscross. All season long, they jump your ass. Then you get to the tell-all and be like, we gonna be friends now. You forgot they fresh off your ass. There hasn't been a season yet that Kody hasn't in some way gone after Mary. It's just gotten progressively worse as the show went on. Right? And it's at a point now which is like open disregard because he don't give a shit. And the fact that, like, every time he goes at you and you still sit there and act like, oh, well, I don't want to say nothing mean and nasty to him. Bump him. How many times he got to whip your ass for you to say, you know what, maybe I should, instead of just trust it and put my hands in my pocket, everything going to be okay because we're going to be friends. You at least take your hands out your pockets and get ready and be ready to respond. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to go in on a cuss out, but I mean, shit, how many times? Like, he doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt. You sit here time after time and talk about, yeah, the stuff he's saying on TV was surprising to me because when we're live in real life, in person, in flesh, face to face, he says something different. But I'm so mad that he go behind my back and talk about me. He been doing that since like season 8, season 7 or something. When he invited you to leave, he been doing that. And then it comes out that, oh, well, you know, I was surprised when he had asked me to leave because I had no idea. And then come to find out season 2, when you guys went to Vegas, he basically said he ain't want you around. He said that he was going to treat you like shit until for 20 years, he gonna treat you like shit. That's your invitation to leave. Because the other side of that is, if you stay, I'm gonna treat you like shit. But you can go and you get away. So which is it? Treat me like shit for 500, please. That's where you at. And that's why he did what he did to you. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I agree. He put a battery in the back, but at the same time, I think he kickstarting the shit out of it. Thank you so much, Ty. I appreciate it. Then we had SD Mac with a $5 super chat. Mary must have on hell of a temper, have one hell of a temper. She asks if she's afraid to really go there, yet everyone acts like she is the devil. She's a she devil. Yeah. Everybody's scared of her. Maybe she like one of them weirdo dudes that get you at the house. You know, Mr. Mild Mannered till he get home, then he hell on wheels. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to embarrass myself. You're on a reality show. Too late. What are you talking about? That's why we gotta stop doing this shy shit. Let me give SD Mac a little something. Then I'm gonna come back to the well, SD Mac did another $5 super chat. SD Mac with the $5 super chat said Janelle had more heat for Robyn because Robyn put a stop to her running the money. Yeah, started calling them questions. Do you really want to listen to Janelle? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, she just telling me, she just saying shit. I don't understand, Robyn. We're still ripping them off. I know, I just don't like it though. Okay, Robyn. You're right about that girl. It should be you. You're the only one who's loyal. Right, I'm the only one who's loyal to you, Kody. Now just put everything in my name. So that way they can't come after you. It's T-Mac. Telling you. Oh, wait, what the hell? Let me let's go. Let's do the poll real quick. Are you tired of the tell-all cat and mouse games? This is the poll that's currently up. You guys are more than welcome to answer this. Make sure you hit the like button too. Boom, like button. Yes. Tell it or don't show up. That's 80% of y'all. Somewhat, but I still watch. 16%. No, that's just how tell-alls work. 4%. You know, but let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, so where am I at with this tell-all foolishness? I'm gonna put it like this. First things first. Opening up. This, I want to get ready. Let's watch everybody get ready. Ask everybody how they feel about the tell-all. Watch them pack their shit up and put it in the car. Waste of time. Waste of time. Now, I understand. You have big sporting events like you're about to have a Super Bowl, and they do like the little, back in a small town, this player was blah, blah, blah. He grew up throwing the football to his daddy, and he went to the college of whatever, Oklahoma, and he played there, and he was a Heisman Trophy winner. Blah, blah, blah. I get that shit. I get it. I understand it. I get it. Right? Now, here's my thing. Because if I say this to TLC, hello interns, if I say this to TLC, TLC is going to be like, they do that during professional sports events. They'll have like a warm up and do a backstory. Hell, professional fights. They'll talk about like the training regimen and what they eat and what they feel about the fight. And they'll interview the families. They do it on American Idol and shows like that. They'll talk about, when I was playing the guitar with my daddy and blah, blah, blah. They do the whole thing. Woody whoop, as my girls say. They do all that. Got you. got you. Here's the difference, though. Here's the difference, TLC. Let me explain something to you. When they do it, I don't watch 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour of them packing their bags and getting their backstory and how they feel about the game. And then I watch the game or the sporting event or the activity. And 20 minutes before the activity is about to hit the culmination, oh no, he's dropping back. A receiver's wide open. The quarterback is looking. He finds the receiver. He lets the ball go. It's in the end zone. They're about to catch it. And all of a sudden, the commercial roll, the credits roll. And then I have to go back and listen to a third party describe what happened during the course of the game. That's not what's going to happen in the Super Bowl. They're going to do all kinds of backstories. They'll do like a week's worth of bullshit backstories that have nothing to do with the game. But it doesn't infringe on the actual thing that I show up to watch. When you do this, I watch Christine and David get in the side by side and drive down the street. And I'm like, they're going into another state. Or they're going to get on the highway on a side by side. And I'm supposed to believe that. He drives around the block. Then like, oh, this might be a dumbass idea. Let's get in the house and let's get into an actual vehicle that's roadworthy for the highway, not an off-road vehicle. We watched that shit. Still had the big traction tires on it. And then what's going to happen is they're going to touch on stuff. They're not going to get into anything for real. Then they're going, we out of time, guys. Well, maybe you wouldn't be out of time if you didn't spend so much time on dumb shit. How about that? First part. Second part. I noticed they don't even call it a tell-all anymore. Did you notice that? It's not the Sister Wives tell-all. Because they got tired of people saying it's the tell nothing. Hell, I did it in the on the thumbnail. Sister Wives, tell nothing at all. Part 1. Because that's what they do. They don't tell you shit. Why don't they tell you shit? Because everybody's so busy trying to be nice and genteel and polite to each other. 2, I am tired of this particular format because I'm tired of the whisper down the lane bullshit that they're trying to do. You ask one person, they give an answer. You ask another person, they give an answer. Then you ask another person what this person said, and they give you an answer. Then you go back and ask this person and tell them what this other person said and what their thoughts on what this person said. And he tells you, then you got to go back to this other person and try to interpret what you heard this person say when they said it about their response that they probably don't even remember. This whisper down the lane bullshit. This is a kid's game. This is a kid's game. We're at a point now where normally I was trying to be very understanding. I think I've been understanding for a long time about the purpose of this particular format, especially in light of the fact that you may have people who've been traumatized by this individual and they don't necessarily want to feel like they're alone arguing with a person who has brutalized them over the course of 20, 30 years. I get that shit. I get it. But we've reached a crossroads. We've reached a point now where each of them, maybe save Janelle, has a person who can come out there with them and give them support if necessary. Mary has Jen, Christine has David, Janelle, she's still by herself. But she could get backup from one of her friends or somebody, whoever she needs. And then Kody, of course, has his living, breathing comfort pillow, Robyn. Right? I'm about to say something crazy. But, he has her. And if you need backup, you need that support, you have that support. But it's weird to me, and this is where I'll talk about the whole girl game shit. First of all, disrespectful as fuck. let's put it where it is, pardon my French, disrespectful as hell, all of a sudden it's girl games. Oh, these women have an opinion about me, and they're talking about me, a person that they don't like, or they're talking about Robyn, who clearly is a person that they don't like. And because they have negative things to say about her and they have a negative opinion, somehow that's a girl game. No, that's called being an individual, asshole. That's what an individual does. See, I don't have to go along. I don't have to like who you like. I don't have to be your friend. And the same way Kody can say, sometimes you don't like people. I don't like Jen. She's not cool with me. I don't like her. Cool. And I agree with him. He doesn't have to like Jen. You know why? Because at the end of the day, you don't have to like Jen. Jen ain't there for you. It don't matter whether you like Jen or not. It doesn't matter whether you like Jen or not. Because Jen is there for Mary. Jen is Mary's friend. Mary don't like Robyn's ass. Christine don't like Robyn's ass. Janelle don't like Robyn's ass. None of their kids like Robyn's ass. But you're not making decisions on whether you should stay married to her based on other people's decisions about her. Girl games is bullshit. Oh, they talk about us behind our back. You're on a show. This is the part where I get frustrated. James, take a breath. Calm down, Chief. Don't let these dumbass mothers give you a heart attack. You're on a show that the format of the show that you insist on is you sitting around talking shit about people behind their backs. The format that you insist on is you sitting around talking shit about people behind their backs. That's what the one-on-one is you sitting there talking shit about people who aren't there. So are you guys playing girl games? The whole show is a girl game at that point, quote unquote. And that's why I say that we built different. And it's not a man thing or woman thing. We are built different. Because my thing, if you're going to nut up and get on national TV and talk shit about me, I want to be there so that I may retort in person, in public, at present when you say the shit. If you're going to tell a lie about me, I want to be there when you tell that lie. Say it to my face. Say that shit to my face. Don't run off behind my back and hide around the corner and wait to, oh, is he coming? Oh. Okay, Mr. Producer, ask your question. Say that shit to my face, especially if I'm Janelle. Especially if I'm Janelle and you're going to accuse me of a freaking crime? You're going to accuse me of a crime and potentially could get me sued? Oh, yeah. You don't get to hide behind Suki with that bullshit. Oh, everybody has a different perspective. No, either shit happens. I'm tired of it. You know what? I'm old. I'm tired. You know what? And my give a damn gave out a long time ago. You understand what I mean? Like when they built me, God forgot to put in the give a fuck. Like I can't do it. I can't do it. Because what you're not going to do is sit there and accuse me of she was trying to figure out how to steal the money from Mary. What we not going to do is that. So this would be the last. If we can't sit in the same room, don't film me. Talk, I don't want to participate. And you want to sit there and say, oh, my shy, quiet wife. Well, the shy, quiet wife need to shut the fuck up. How about that? If she don't want to get up and say, nut up and stand up and say what she got to say with her whole damn chest with the same energy she's sitting on the couch and shook Suki, you need to shut up. Close your damn mouth. Because clearly you don't have nothing you want to say. Like I said, built different. And even Kody, that coward ass shit. oh, I was going to take it and I was going to give Mary what I think she deserved to have. Look, I told y'all, this is part of the reason why I do this fucking show. This is the reason I do the show. This is why I do the show. Because we got to start pulling each other's coattails about this dumb shit. Oh, I trust him. Oh, he's my man. He ain't going to do me wrong. Oh, no, it's not a big deal. I gave him the money to buy a car. He put the car in his name. And then, he would never do me like that. He gonna give me my money back. No, he won't. No, he won't. Look. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Because they sign off on this dumb shit. Most of this stuff was crazy to me. Most of the stuff that they're revealing during this one-on-one bullshit is stuff that I've already said in videos. I've already said this shit. This isn't new to me. Oh, Kody, he could go back. And because his name is on everything, and Mary's name only is on 1/3 or 1/3 or 1/4 of all the properties, he could legally sell it without her permission. He can't sell that one plot, but he can screw her over as far as the money is concerned. And like he said, you are subjecting yourself to being at the whim or will of whatever he chooses to give you. Not what you earned, not what you deserve, what he chooses to give you. You should never, ever put yourself in a position where you have to rely on the kindness and benevolence of somebody like that. Especially when it's your money. I've been said this. I told y'all. Didn't I tell y'all? Yeah, this shit don't sound like it's just an NDA. That's not why Robyn was holding up. She was holding up because of documents, NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and the financial settlement, basically saying that the money Mary gave them for their house was she would have to write that off. So she's going to have to accept pennies on the dollar, and she can no longer pursue any of that money. I've already said this. I've already said this shit. I said this a while ago. And yay, I'm right. Yay. But bump that. And you know how I figured it out? I figured it out because I was like, what's the most selfish shit somebody could do in this situation? What's the most ridiculous shit? And then I came up with it, thought about it, and said, yeah, that's it. And that's what that is. And the fact that they all sit around, you think that Kody could sell that land out from underneath. And like I said, if I was married, I'd be like, I wish you would. Because when I come, I'm coming for everything. Because once I file the paperwork, look, let's put it where the ghost can get it. The hardest part of a lawsuit is hiring a lawyer and filing the paperwork. Once you start putting the paperwork in, you adding counts to your complaint. I'm already paying for the paperwork to go out. I'm paying the filing fees. I'm paying for attorneys. It don't cost them shit to add another 3-4 paragraphs to the document. Not substantially enough to make me where it's prohibitive. So you really want to do this dance? And like I said, during discovery, we busting the books open. Do you want to do this dance? That's why Robyn fucking cracked, part my friend. That's why Robyn cracked. Oh, you can't talk about it. Let me eliminate any possibility that you can make any money. What? And that's what I don't know why they want me to tell you that. Because eventually, here's the thing. Here's the sad part about it. Here's the sad part. Because you could take it this way, or you could be like, oh, well, they just want to do it for power and control. Here's the sad part. They don't respect you. Let's call it what it is. Point blank. And Mary can sit there and deny it all she wants. This is what I see. They don't respect you. And they think that you're a fool enough that you're going to go along with it because right now you're willing to go along with it. What they're trying to protect themselves against is the moment you wake up. That's what they're protecting themselves against. They're protecting themselves against the possibility that at some point later down the line, you realize that they don't give a shit about you. Never have. Never have. And you can sit there all day and hold on to the fact that when 30 years ago, when we first met, Kody loved me and he wanted to be a family with me. 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Maybe that was the case. But it's not the case today. Today, he's trying to screw you over. And we talk about, and that's the thing that blows my mind. I remember Mary getting mad and upset with viewers and people who used to come up to her and people on Twitter. And they would say, Mary need to have some self-respect. She need to have some pride in herself and blah, blah, blah. And this, that, and other. And she used to get mad at people. I do have pride in myself. I'm worthy. I see myself as very special. I only surround myself with people who worthy of my time and blah, blah, blah. Right? All the good shit. Woody whoop. All that good shit. But then you're sitting right here now, and I don't see that in action. All I hear is jibba jabba jibba jabba jibba jabba jibba jabba, but I don't see the actions behind the words. Because somebody who respects themselves is not going to keep putting themselves in a position where they can get taken advantage of. Somebody respects themselves like, yeah, I got loyalty for the family. You remind me of what, like, if you ever see like the see or knew anybody who is in like a little street gang thug kids, you know, oh, I die for this street. I die for this street. So you want to die, go to jail for a street, a corner that you don't own for a bunch of dudes who, frankly, if something does happen to you, you get arrested, they're not going to come visit your ass in jail or prison. So you might as well be gone because you ain't never going to see them unless one of them get locked up. They ain't going to take care of your family. And if you get knocked off, then they show up to the funeral, put a flag on your casket. Everybody sit there and cry, pour, you know, maybe for like a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month or so. Every time they get some booze, they pour it out for you, pour a little bit out for the homies. But that's the only salute you get. Hell, half the time you go to jail or go to prison, half them dudes trying to get over and see your damn lady. I'm going to go over and take care of his woman for him. And all they trying to do is get at her. But you willing to throw everything because you loyal. I'm loyal to them. Got loyalty. It's the same stupid ass type of loyalty. I'm loyal to these people who don't give a shit about me. Because anybody who would do this to you doesn't give a shit about you. Full stop. As much money as you gave, I don't care what your financial, I don't care if Mary was sitting like, oh, she got the bed and breakfast. I don't care if she was sitting on $500 million and they was talking about stealing 20,000. You trying to steal from me. You got it. You trying to steal from me. And you saying that shit with your whole chest like it's okay. I couldn't have built different. Because loyalty, and I was trying to understand it because loyalty is important to me too. Loyalty is very important to me. But my loyalty works different. See, when you have certain levels of loyalty, you keep your circle small. Because that's when loyalty is important to you. But even though you have a small circle, and Mary might say, well, I have a small circle. But here's the difference. When I keep a small circle, everybody in that circle I can trust. If I can't trust you and you're in that circle, you are not in that circle. It's similar. If I have any questions about you, you're not in that circle anymore. I don't give a shit if we knew each other when we was diapers. If I was dad, you were born, I was born, we met each other in the nursery, and I slapped the bottle out your hand. Right? I don't care if we was that tight. If I can't trust you, I can't trust you. And you only get you don't get to keep betraying me, openly betraying me, and I'm loyal to you. You're a fool. If you're loyal to somebody who's not loyal to you, you're a fool. I'm loyal to you out of principle because that's who I am. You're a fucking fool, is what you are. Sorry. I'm loyal to you, even though you're trying to screw me over. What are you loyal to? So I'm not a fan of that. And like I said, a lot of the back and forth stuff, a lot of that could have been resolved if everybody was sitting in the same room and you're allowed to respond. Nobody's trying to give clear answers. Did Janelle get cleared today? No. My opinion, I don't think she cleared herself. Because she, I said, he could sell it. The correct answer is, Kody, no, you can't sell it. And if you do try to screw her over, Kody, I'm going to join with her and we coming after your ass. I will testify for her. Even if her stuff was settled, okay, my stuff is settled because I got Garrison's. You didn't contest the thing with Garrison, his estate. So we're cool and I'm gonna get my money. But if you try to do this, we're both coming after you financially. Because that sale, especially who the fuck, what lawyer do you have? And that begs the question, what lawyer do you have? You so anxious to get the deal done that you're making unforced errors. Because I don't think I'd be very surprised to find out that that he had her sign a document saying that they were completely settled financially. He doesn't owe her any more money or any financial obligation. And they haven't changed the titles or deeds on Kody Pass. And she's not guaranteed to get compensation or more to the point, she's not going to actually be paid out. It's not required for her to get paid out. So somehow he's able to hold that to her. What? That makes no sense. That makes no sense to me. If you're in a situation where you are because the term is consideration. If I sign a contract and all the contract is basically you do this, I'll do that. And you do this, I'll do that in consideration of XYZ. So I will let you go and say that all your debts are paid. Like if you have a credit card and they calling you up like, yo, you owe us money. Like normally I duck these phone calls. That was very smart. You changed the phone number. Very smart. You changed the phone number. Well played, sir. And he says, okay, fine. We'll write it all off if you send in $200. Right? The key phrase is if you send in $200. If you don't send in the money, you can't sit there and say, Your Honor, they said they would write it off. But you never gave them the consideration that you had promised them. You never paid them, so there was no deal. If she signed a document saying that they were financially settled, that document should be hinged on the fact that the sale actually goes through and that her name is added to all lots and she actually is a 25% shareholder in Kody Pass at minimum. That's even before the sale goes through. I have 25% of Kody Pass no matter what happens. And if you don't sign that document, Robyn don't sign that document, I'll see your asses in court and I'm coming for everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. Everything you owe me. And I'm gonna try my best to put it. I'm gonna try to frame it in a way that I'm gonna get your asses locked up. But everybody's trying to be kind to each other. We have kids together. Like, well, you can visit your daddy in a penitentiary. How about that? Ugh. Yeah, and that whole thing bothers me because, like I said, he can't like, oh well, Robyn was fighting me and she wouldn't have signed off on it, and she combated with me, and Robyn was the hero and the star, and blah 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 blah. If Robyn was the hero in the story, you want everybody to get their fair share, you lying ass troll. If everybody was going to get the fair share, why would you not sign the document to ensure that everybody is getting a fair share? You lying ass hobbit. You hellhound. Why would you not sign the document formalizing the fact that Mary would get treated fairly? So 100%, you tried to force them to sign an NDA and force them to sign a document saying that they were settled as far as the money is concerned. You obnoxiously silly woman. That silly ass person. You thought that was going to skate? This whole thing is just dumb. It's dumb. This is dumb. It's dumb. Oh yeah, I was trying to make sure everything was fair. I went to war with Kody. So you're saying that Kody was going to try to rip you off too? Kody, she was upset with me because she said that if I went behind Mary back and sold the land, that she was going to be, who was I? She said, who are you? I don't recognize you, evil ass Kody. The only way he could do that is if he went behind Robyn too. And for that kind of money, $1.6 million, those titles aren't right. You're opening yourself up, Kody Brown, for all kinds of lawsuits. Because maybe in your fantasy world, you can get away with ripping off your wives. But I don't understand how you thought it would even be viable that you could rip off the purchasers or the people who are buying the land. You could rip them off. Because Robyn just loved Kody passing the family so much, she can't let that shit go. She needs to you know what she need to let go? That weak-ass storyline. Because you sound crazy as cat shit. Talking about, I love the family so much, I couldn't bear to part with the land because I didn't want to let the dream go. It sounds like you didn't want to let the land go because the family is gone. You're even sitting there complaining that you can't trust nobody in the family. You maniac. This is why Robyn needs to shut the fuck up, because you sound crazy. You sound crazy. Kody's sitting there saying, oh, she's shy and she's quiet and she don't know. She's shy. That's why she don't say no, because she's shy. No, she's stupid. She doesn't talk a lot because she's dumb. She sounds smart to stupid people. I firmly believe that. Like, look, if you've been around, go to Facebook. Take time, take 10 minutes. Go to Facebook. Listen to people argue on Facebook. 9 times out of 10, you got people who are dumb as shit arguing with other people who are dumb as shit, and they all are sitting there. That was a good point. That point is dumb. And you're dumb, so you think it's the smart thing to say. Listening to the two of them talk, Kody's dumb, Robyn's dumb. So when Robyn says she might be slightly smarter than Kody, so he thinks she's a genius. Robyn has a spine of steel and concrete, and she's a force to be reckoned with. But she's so shy and quiet. She should not be trifled with. She is an adversary, but she is so quiet, and she just keeps her to herself because she's a solitary figure. She hates conflict, but she will battle you to death. She will join the battle royale and the fray of destruction and come out victorious, even though she does not appreciate any type of violence or even a crossword. What are we doing? You can't even get your story straight, even get the description of your wife. It's like you talking to two different people. Is that what it is? Like she has split personality. You go home, you don't know who you dealing with. Is this Robyn, or is this quiet house on the prairie Robyn? Like what the shit? You maniacs. Yeah, Capricorn said Robyn's like a entitled high school girl. She is like a spoiled brat. It's what I want. That's what I want. And I want to force everybody to be my friend. I want to be their friend. And I want them to be my friend. We have to like each other. I can't. You people, boy. y'all so crazy. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. She's got a spine of steel. So no, she does not manipulate me. We just work together, partners. You know who say that? People getting taken advantage of. Because if you ask Mary, I'm sure that she would say the same shit. Ask Mary like 5 years ago. Well, Mary, why do you want to stay in the family? Because we work together as partners. Don't you feel like, when she sold her house and she was writing that check to give to Kody and Robyn, Kody to buy the McMansion? Mary, why you gonna give them the check? Because we all work together as a family. Isn't that what they used to say? We all work together as a family. It's just that Kody and Robyn seem to be the only ones benefiting from this relationship. Is that the spine of steel? Oh yeah. That do you have Robyn? Do you have a special talent? I'm tired of these bullshit ass icebreaker questions. You know what the icebreaker question is? The icebreaker question is this. Let's belay that. We'll go to another thing. An example. I remember there was I forget what it was. It was a program or a show, movie, or whatever. And the person said, well, I mean, he did a project or something for his boss, and he turns it in, and the boss takes it, and he walks away. And the guy's like, whoa, you're not even gonna say thank you? He said, oh, I'm sorry. I do say thank you every week when I give you these little pieces of paper called money. That's me saying thank you. Right? And I feel the same way about Robyn, like with these breakdancing questions or like, what is your special talent? We got to do some icebreakers. No, you don't. You showed up to work. This is work. We're not friends. And maybe that's the problem too. Oh, I'm a lower their guard. I'm gonna be nice to them, and then I'm gonna make their guard lower. No, this is gonna be an adversarial interview. So put your guard up. You can not answer questions if you want to, but this show is already long in the tooth, and we're looking for a reason to cancel it. So if you tired of getting paid, don't answer the questions. Threaten to get up and walk out, or better yet, walk out. But just understand that when you close that door behind yourself, you are done. And speaking of contracts, TLC, I don't know why TLC don't have them locked up with contracts. That's the difference between like maybe reality shows and actual real projects. A real project will have you locked up. So you have from this time to this time for this particular that you're guaranteeing that you're going to do this project. And like, for instance, like classically, the Marvel contracts, I've seen some of the Marvel contracts, signed a few Marvel contracts. You had the Marvel contracts, right? Even for auditions, they give you a contract, right? You sign a contract to audition for a Marvel project. You sign a contract. You get hired for a Marvel film. Like especially for like a 4, 5, 6 movie deal with Marvel, maybe the TV show offshoots on Disney Plus. You sign that contract, they have your ass for like 10 years. They got you for like 10, at least 10 joints. At least 10. They can dictate when you film, if you do other projects, what other projects you do. They could talk to you about, like, like you have morals clauses. So like, even if you out cutting up, that's how Jonathan Majors, who was playing Kang the Conqueror, which was supposed to be the big bad, that's how he got knocked off from his from the morals clause in the Marvel contract. You can't make them look bad. You can't get caught in no scandal shit. They control everything. And if they really want to be dicks, they just don't put you in anything. And they can lock your weeks up, your days up, so you can't work for nobody else. And why do I say that? TLC, you put these people under contract. You will non-compete clauses in the contract, hell, just a basic contract with a non-compete. As long as this show is on the air, you can't appear on another show without the express permission from TLC. So yeah, you can go do Dancing with the Stars. You can go do Special Forces. You can go do this, that, and other, because that's good for my business. What's not good for my business is for you to walk off of one of my sets because I asked you a question that you don't like, or I asked you to film something you don't want to film, and you go to NBC, ABC, or another cable network and start another reality show. The non-compete will kill that. So you put them in a position where basically you say, you walk out, your TV career is over. You walk out that door, I bet you then, especially the way they need money, I bet you then they be whatever you want to ask, boss. You know what I mean? That's it. Look. You are crazy. There's no way in the world. There's no way in the world. So I'm tired, like I said, I'm tired of the whisper down the lane shit. And like Robyn with the do you like breakdancing? I do. Is there film of you breakdancing? Oh no, there's no film. Lady, I have the film. So I know TLC got it. Why do you lie? Why do you lie? It's not that hard to find. I can see if it was some shit you taped and it's in your phone, and maybe Kody has it, right? And you surprised because, oh shit, Kody betrayed me. He turned over his phone and gave him the video, right? But you put it online. I remember there's this I had a younger relative, and she was out running wild, and I used to tell her that shit all the time. Like, you put stuff online in your 20s, and you go at the bar getting lit up and you dancing and doing all this crazy shit, that can come back and bite you. When you start applying for jobs, you'll be 30, 40 years old applying for a job. The HR manager will be excited to have you, then whip out, they do the background checks. And trust me, they do a background check standard now at most HR places. So you put in for a job, especially a forward-facing job deal with customers or other parts of the company, and you're a representative of the company, they're going to do a full search of everything for you. They will search your face, and they will find your videos. They will find your videos or your pictures, and you'll be 45 years old with kids, 50 years old with grandkids going for that promotion and wind up getting let go for some shit you did in your 20s. This is the difference of generations. Like, this is the challenge that I think a lot of older people have with this, because we're the first generation of people who had to parents who had to contend with something like the internet. Because back in the day when I was a kid, 20 years old, you can go get buck wild. You can run naked. Remember back in the day, they had a thing called streaking, right? It's a joke. People take all their clothes off, except for maybe their sneakers, and they'll run through a crowded place, like a sporting event or whatever. They jump a fence, and they run across the field butt naked, right? Part of the reason you don't have that anymore because they got video of everything. And they will find that shit. Okay. But that used to be a thing. Streaking used to be a thing. Or somebody would, moon people. You used to have a thing called mooning people, where you would hang your ass out a window or you show people your butt. And ha 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 ha, funny. Right? Crazy as hell. But we was wild as shit back in the day. But you do that. You can't do that now because everybody hit you with their phone. Everybody's sitting around with their phones and shit out. And they're quick to fast and record. You have to be on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, stories, chats, or reels, or whatever the hell. He's out here showing his ass. You know what I mean? And you'll be you'll be streaking on Saturday, unemployed on Monday. When you go into the office, they're like, you might as well take your ass home. Literally. And don't sit on none of the furniture because we saw you and your naked ass. Oh, I can't even look at you. Right? Just a different time. You went on vacation. You was there to party. You was there to have a good time. And you took your ass home. And you know what? We didn't have tapes and all that where we would be so interested or in our phone. We would experience the experience, and you had to be there for it because at the end of the day, the only thing you had was mind movies, right? If you want to watch it back, you'd have to use your mind movie to watch it, right? Yeah, it wasn't something you could look at your phone and sit there and be playing with it. Oh, look, yeah, we're going crazy, son. Let me post it. Like, it's just a different time. But she did that shit. And I posted it, and it was super fly. And I was like a really good break dancer. When she said that shit, I was like, that's a lie. Survey, the lie detector determined that was a lie. Hey, you were terrible. You were a terrible break dancer. But I mean, you did your thing. You were having fun. I can appreciate people who go out and dance and have a good time. In fact, I respect somebody who can't dance and goes out and dance anyway. Throw their body, shake their body to however the music moves them and they feel good and they out there having a good time. I respect that shit 100%. I same thing, karaoke. If you can sing karaoke, if you can sing, doing karaoke is not a trick for you. It's not like I'll applaud somebody who's good at karaoke because they have a great voice. That was awesome. Great performer. That was awesome. But if you just left the stage of the Grammys and you like, let's go hit the karaoke bar and you sing your Grammy or Grammy award winning song. Thanks for the free show. I'm more impressed by the person who can't hold a note and is going up having the time of their life. I love that shit. But yeah, Robyn, you should have left that on the shelf, girl. And to be honest with you, I'm not even gonna blame Robyn for that. TLC, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. Janelle says she played piano, but she don't play piano, which actually is a thing because that is a perishable skill. Because I play some instruments here and there, and if I don't play for a while, I'll have to try to remember and go back and relearn songs or things like that. Right? I have to go back and do it because if you don't play for a while, you can lose it. So can it happen? Sure. She might have took some classes when she was younger. Maybe she don't remember now, but I don't care. And shame on TLC for asking them. And what's your favorite movie? I'm tired of those questions because again, it's not like you guys are going to ask that question and then you say, all right, now that we got that stupid stuff out of the way, let's get to the real shit. Let's get to the reason why people showed up. Like I go watch back in the day, you go watch a Tyson fight or a boxing match. I don't want to hear what these guys think about the social, economic, geopolitical programs and status of the world. I want to see what's going on. I want to see what's good. I didn't tune in to hear about their special activities, especially when you have so much shit to be discussed. Like we are so past that, like especially with Sister Wives, we are so past the let's be polite bullshit. We're so far past that. Because and part of that too is built in the system because they never really addressed anything. Because you didn't address stuff in the past, you now are in a position where you have so much to address that it's a waste of time for you to talk about anything else. You know. And Robyn was like, I used to be a dancer. Mary was like, I can juggle. I can juggle personalities. That was a cute joke, but it was kind of like, let's get to the real shit. Let me bring my comfort blanket Jen out so that way I can talk about shit. And it's like in earlier, Ty said that Robyn and Kody put a battery in Mary's back. I think a more accurate description is I think Jen puts the battery in Mary's back. Because Jen kind of gives Mary permission to talk her shit. Because without Jen, Mary would have sat there and still been trying to be nice. But because Jen is outraged, Mary's reflecting that energy. You understand what I mean? Like, I feel like they brought Jen out like she's a crutch. They brought Jen out because Jen ready to talk that shit. And they say, oh, okay, yeah, Mary, here's your friend Jen. And here's what Kody and Rob, because you notice like when she knew about the backdoor deal, Mary. But then when she watches it with Jen, because Jen is pissed off, now all of a sudden Mary's pissed off too. If that was me, I would have came in pissed off. You know what I mean? They would have asked me the first question, like, bump all that shit. Now, look, let's get to this Kody Pass betrayal. Let's talk about that. You got some questions about? Let's kick that shit off. You know how to juggle? Yeah, I know how to juggle these questions. Let's get to that. Let's go. You know what I mean? Because I got some thoughts. I have some things I want to say. I want to. You guys have clips. You have video. I want to see the video. I want to hear where everybody is. And she's so anxious to say, Mary, I don't trust Janelle. I don't trust Janelle. Like I said earlier about Kody with his kids and people coming down on Robyn. Janelle, as duplicitous as she may have been, she didn't have the power nor the authority to even try to do that shit. The person that you should be pissed off at, I'm not saying that Mary shouldn't be angry with Janelle, but I'm saying, like, you don't be mad at Janelle and try to give Kody a pass. If you're ready to Nintendo punch out Janelle, you should be trying to murk Kody. Like, because he's the one that put you in a position from the first place by putting you on giving you small ownership of that property. And let's stop pretending that he didn't do that shit from the beginning on purpose so that he could do the very thing that he tried to do. That's why he did it. It's not this is crazy. Just so happens that I'm on all the land. And Mary only appears on 1/3 of 1/4 of the property. Isn't that weird? That's how he planned it. And this is why I'm saying why I started the channel, because we got to start trying to pull some coattails so that we can express that this shit is ridiculous. I understand that, the culture and how people are brought up, but at the same time, to combat that, we have to say that this shit is ridiculous. This is a stupid. Don't do this. This makes no sense for you to do this. At least say it so that way they hear it. Because maybe by chance somebody will hear it. Does it ever occur to anybody? Like, maybe there's somebody who's sitting in the AUB or in that culture, and their husband is trying to get them to do what Kody tried to get Mary to do. And maybe by chance they watch my show or they watch somebody else's show on YouTube, and they resoundingly hear, "Don't do this shit. This is stupid," right? And then when they husband come to him, be like, baby, baby, please. I'm gonna come spend more time with you. I promise. All you gotta do is sign this document, baby. I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna throw that good shit on you, baby. I'm gonna go wild, girl. Cause the only thing holding me back, girl, the only thing holding me physically back is the fact that I don't have a house in my name. I don't feel like a man, baby, please. And in the back of their mind, they hear that voice. Don't do it. This shit is dumb, right? Maybe they hear that and they pause and say, this shit is dumb. No, we're not going to you're not going to take my money and put a property in your name. We're supposed to be married, right? Yeah, we're spiritually married. Yeah, we're spiritually married. We're together. Okay, so why can't we do this legal thing? Again, which goes back to something I've said for years now on the channel. Isn't it funny? Ain't that funny? J-Lo. Isn't it funny that when it comes to the spiritual stuff, when it comes to your ability to get married, and why y'all should be able to have the right to do whatever you want to do because you're an adult and you ain't trying to tell nobody else how to live because you guys know how to live and it's the right thing to do because y'all should be able to mind your own business because y'all adults can make decisions for yourself. And if you want to do fantasy land shit and be married, you should be allowed to do it because it's just as valid as legitimate marriage. It's just a piece of paper. They say that when it comes to marriage and the responsibilities that come with being legally married to somebody. But then, where's that same energy when it comes time for to start giving up money and putting their name on assets? All of a sudden, it's legal beagle eagle time. All of a sudden, everybody Joe fucking Law. All of a sudden, we got to do stuff the right way. We got to make sure it's done the right way. We got, oh yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's for the family. Then as soon as you talk about you want to leave, oh, you always said that you was going to take care of me. You was going to give me money. Legally, I don't have to give you a shit. Isn't that funny? Legally, I don't have to give you shit. Again, this shit is stupid. Call it like I see it. Like I'm not gonna sit here and play it's a different culture game. Like stupid is stupid, dumb is dumb. You're putting your entire financial future into the hands of somebody who your ability to be able to take care of yourself, feed your kids, put a roof over your head, put food in your children's bellies is all contingent on whether this motherfucker still likes you or not. It's all contingent on how he feels about you. Oh, if he likes you, it's all good. Then if he likes you, you get 25% of the property sale. You get a house. You get money. You are able to take care of your family. If he doesn't like you, he doesn't care for you, then he puts you on 1/3 of 1/4 of the property, even though you bought his house. This housing his wife and his children. I'm just saying. Like I don't want to be that guy. And I don't want to be, like I said, I'm not trying to be mean to people. I'm not trying to be nasty to people. I just want people to make good decisions. Like make good decisions for yourself and make good decisions for your kids. Because like, look, push them down and shove. The same way, if I was talking to a young man who was out there living his life and saying, YOLO, you only live once. It's my life. I get to do whatever I want. So if I want to go out and be reckless and commit crimes or do this or that and put myself in jeopardy, or maybe, live recklessly to the point where I'm in danger and it shouldn't bother nobody else. The same thing I would say to him going up. It's not just you, because your decisions affect not only you, but they affect anybody who cares about you. It affects your mom, affects your dad, affects your brothers and sisters, your aunts, your aunties, cousins, your friends, people who don't want to see you get hurt, killed, maimed, whatever. It's going to affect them. Your choices are going to affect them. Like, same. As a parent, your responsibilities to others is significantly deeper. Significantly deeper. Because when Kody is screwing over Christine, Mary, and Janelle, he's not just screwing the OG3 over. He's screwing over their kids. He's setting their kids up. So we talk about, like, sometimes you hear terms like generational curses. There's also another term, generational wealth. Generational wealth. And it doesn't mean that you are billionaires or millionaires, everybody driving Ferraris. It could just be as simple as if Janelle owns a home and something happens to her and she passes that home on to, say, Madison. We'll just do one for one. Or, Mary. She passes her home, or the B&B Lizzie's in, to Leon. Leon has her own house with their wife or their partner. Now they have two houses. That gives Leon capitalization because they can take Mary's B&B, Lizzie's in, take a loan on it. They could sell it. If they want to start a business, they can get an equity loan on Lizzie's in if it's already paid, especially if it's paid off. And they could start a business and they could make more money. They could grow their wealth, generational wealth. That's why property was historically so important in the building of wealth in American history. When you take away that opportunity, you're taking from the kids too. So it's not just I should be able to do what I want to do because I should be able to make my own choices. It's not just affecting you, Dodo. It's affecting your kids too. And I get the whole argument that we should legalize, plural marriage because then it gives protections. No, it won't. No, it won't. Because in order for them to give you protections as a plural wife, they would have to take away protections from other wives. This is not it's like love, it can be multiplied. No, it's a finite amount of responsibility, duties, resources, etc., that we're talking about. If he has one big ass house, you want to leave, he's under no obligation to sell or mortgage his house so that you can go. And the other wives shouldn't have to bear the responsibility of, making sure that he takes care of you. Because your marriage is between you and him. So, there's a lot of stuff. If somebody can explain it to me, and I'm more than willing to have that conversation about legalization of polygamy and how it would work. I'm more than willing to have that conversation. In fact, I'm begging to have that conversation. I want to understand how you think it would work. Because I just don't see it. Like, everybody's against Robyn because Robyn is Robyn. But what if you have somebody who's actually a good person? And they came in, they were married, 15 years in, they were being treated like shit. And they said, you know what? I've given money, I've given time, I've given effort, I've done everything I need to do. Kody, my husband is nasty, his wives are nasty. I want to be out, but should I be able to should that woman be able to reach into a house that has existed in that marriage or that union for 30 years and take chunks out of it? And in that respect, I guess you could argue that each wife would have to sign off on it, on a marriage, so that they too would be legally bound to that wife. But then what if you do get a person like Robyn? Because if they're legally bound, she could get alimony. That opens up everybody for paying alimony to her. I'm just saying, like, we got to talk about it. But let me do some super chats. Super chat time. Let me go back to where I left off, because I thought I had it, but then I messed it up. How dare you try to read the comments, James? Okay. So Ty with the $2 super chat said, David for the win too, calling out the illegal ish. Yeah. Like that whole thing. The fact that, like, it's crazy to me. I'm gonna sell the land out from underneath him because she tried to hit me with a backdoor deal. She tried to come in with a backdoor deal. That's not a backdoor deal. That's you getting sued. She's gonna sue the shit out of you from the front door. Okay. And on the courthouse steps. I wish a mother would. Could you imagine what precedent? Again, this is the example I use. Just real quick. The example I use. What precedent would it set if you could go and, because you supposedly have more, you could call yourself having, it's not even established or determined, that you have more right or you've contributed more financially to a property, that you could go and sell said property behind your co-owner's back and determine yourself whether you're going to pay them or not and how much you're going to pay them. Because that's the other part Kody said. Like, I'm going to determine when I pay them. I'm going to take my sweet ass time to pay her. And then I'm going to determine how much I should actually give her. Let me give you guys another hint. No, I'm going to do a video on this too. I'm going to give you another hint. Here's another hint. That remember when Kody said that at some point during the tell-all, Mary's going to say that she gave Kody the entirety of her house. There's a reason why Kody took all the house money from Mary. Because he thinks that that was his house. That house was bought with family money, and I am the family. She's not really a part of the family. So, yeah, I took the house because I didn't take anything during the divorce. He thinks that that was his house. Mary, as far as he's concerned, Mary didn't give him shit. But since Mary wants to play nice, what we doing? And I'm going to be honest. Yo, thank you so much, Ty. I appreciate you. Ty up in the house. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of went into this whole thing. Like, if they still going to play that, oh, he's a good man bullshit and he's a good guy, I'm so tired of the ping pong stuff. He's a good man. He's a wonderful person, but he be using us and took advantage of us because he's so selfish on how he just wanted to deal with Robyn and he stole from us. But he's a good father and a good provider, but he never wants to see the kids and oh, he's a terrible. Look, I need to start taking y'all at y'all word, because when we had our conversation yesterday during the roundtable, somebody makes a good point about, like, accusing people of things that they didn't do and how unfair it is. Like, the kids will say that Mary was mean to them and she did things to them, and they place the accusation, but then they don't want to talk about it. But then they talk about how good a person she is, but then they kind of say that she's dangerous to be around, et cetera, et cetera. So you get a lot of conflicting information. And we talked about how dangerous that is. It's dangerous for you to accuse somebody of something and then take it back, or you falsely accuse somebody of something. How much damage that actually does. And I'm at a point now, because of the flip-flopping and the seesawing and all that other stuff, where they start all hot going at Kody, then everybody tries to be mature and they change their story and try to lighten the mood and say that Kody wasn't that bad or Robyn wasn't that bad and he was good. I'm kind of leaning more into the fact that you are edging into a position where you're falsely accusing people, or it can be viewed that you're falsely accusing people, which means that you're not supporting yourself, you're damaging other people who have similar or same claims. The only difference between, say, the Sister Wives OG3 and the average person who may be trying to leave the AUB or a relationship where they're being mistreated is that we've watched these women be mistreated. We watched them get mistreated. They have far more evidence, compelling evidence, that they've been mistreated in their relationships, whether financially, emotionally, or whatever, documented for the Sister Wives thing. So they get to come out and play the bullshit games of accusing them and then taking it back and accusing them again and then saying he's a good man and he's a terrible, horrific, terrorist type dude, and then taking it back. They have that ability. The problem you have is that you start to get, when people watch that, they can look at that and then see somebody who doesn't have that evidence, doesn't have that long-standing 30-year evidence, and they come out and say, this is what's been happening in my relationship. Oh, you just like Christine and Mary and Janelle. You say these terrible things now, but what, in 2 weeks you going to come back and talk about what a good man he is? And you're damaging their ability to be able to make these claims or tell their stories. And frankly, I find that part of it offensive. If you're going to say that he did something to you, say he did it. And because it's true, you're not throwing him under the bus by telling the truth. If you don't want somebody, look, I remember one time I had this, I was at a public thing. We had a bit of a dispute in my town. And the guy was, look, one of the city people was like, look, I'm tired of you guys trying to say that we are doing things that are inappropriate, potentially illegal, blah, blah, blah. And I told him straight up, like after I gave a little bit of a speech, I told him straight up, like, look, if you don't want people to think you're doing shady shit, stop doing shady shit. If you don't want people to think that you're a terrible person, that you're selfish, that you're greedy, that you're potentially a thief, stop doing the shit. If Kody wants people to talk well of him, start acting better. My mother told me when I was a kid, whether alive or dead, the only thing you owe anybody is the truth. That's the only thing you owe them. So if I was a good person, I try to live my life as a good person in life. When I pass, all I ask anybody do when they come to my funeral, and if you want to speak on me, that you just tell the truth about me. Tell the truth about me. Let my deeds, my actions, and my words stand for what I'm about. I don't want to be in a situation where you got to come to my funeral and make up a bunch of bullshit about how, he was a good man. He was a good father. He ain't know none of his kids, though. He ain't seen their kids since they was born. He showed up long enough to the hospital, make sure they had the right name on the birth certificate. He signed it and he left. That's it. Like that, if I'm that dude, he was a deadbeat ass dad. If I steal money from my wife and my kids, he was a thief. The only thing you owe me is the truth. And if you're sitting there saying that Kody mistreated you, Robyn mistreated you, you're not talking shit about them behind their back. You're not engaging in girl games or whatever the hell they called it. You're telling the truth. And the only thing you owe them is the truth. And by the sheer fact that you're drawing a paycheck for this show and you're presenting this as your life, the only thing you owe us, the viewing audience, is the truth. You owe us the truth because we pay for the truth. We pay for the truth with our dollars and with our time. And it's disrespectful if you show up and you want to tell us half-truths, you want to tell us lies, you want to try to deceive us, you want to try to walk us around some kind of merry-go-round of bullshit where you sit there and give us a bunch of excuses as to why you're not doing the thing you should be doing. Now, you notice I never said that, oh, the kids who don't appear on the show, they owe me the truth. They gotta tell me what's going on with their lives. I didn't come. You've never heard me get on on this platform and say that, kids who got married, kids, I don't want to holler their name. We kind of be self-defeated, but kids who got married, we should have been invited to their wedding. How come we didn't see it? They owed us that. They have kids. We should have been there for the pregnancy and for the childbirth. They owe us that. If you don't want to be on the show, I respect your decision. I'll back off you. I don't even talk about you. I don't talk about what's going on with these other people's lives. When I hear stuff, I don't talk about like, oh, this person is doing this, that, and the other. Isn't that great? Nope. If they're not on the show, they don't appear on the show. I don't talk about them. But if you sign up for the show, the least you can do is get up and tell the truth. And it's not insulting if you're telling the truth. If Janelle, Kody, or Robyn tried to screw Mary over, Mary has every right to get up and say, I don't like the fact they tried to screw me over. If Kody is lying on Janelle, don't soft shoe, don't soft pedal, come right out. That some bitch is lying on me. That's a lie. He is lying. I never said that, because I would never do that. Now you run into some complications, because I'm gonna be honest with you, Janelle. You run into a complication because if you were in fact working with Mary and you were talking with Mary and that's somebody you was, partnering with to try to go against Kody or whatever the case may be, it's a little weird to me that Kody would suggest this to you and you didn't go back and tell Mary. That shit is like, that's the part where I think a follow-up question should have came in. Like I think she asked Robyn that. Why didn't you call Mary? Janelle, when Kody said that, why didn't you call Mary and tell her what he said? Especially if you're working with her. Early on, maybe you can make the excuse that, well, Janelle wasn't sure if she would go back. But if you're a united front, it doesn't matter. I don't know why you coming to talk to me and think I'm not going to tell Kody. You're a fool. There's always said 100% TLC, and TLC needs to show the clips and bring the receipts low. Absolutely. I'm all about receipts. And the crazy part is, like, YouTubers, half the time, I know I do. If I pull clips, it's a lot of work because I got to sift through the footage, clip it, try to put it in a condition where I can only show, like, we can only show so much of it in our videos or whatever before we get smashed out. TLC smashes out. TLC not only has the rights to it, they have it in a system. I'm sure they could do a search. They could probably find the phrases and codes and stuff just by typing in phrases, words, or whatever. They could find exact clips. And not to mention, most likely they have entire teams of people who can sift through and find the information. So it's not like y'all don't have access. You just don't have the desire to do it. So, and that's a shame. But we have Unlimited Lipstick in the house with a $6.99 super chat. All right. I'm at work, so I haven't seen Tell All yet, but just wanted to send love to My Take on Reality fam. P.S. Fat Kody and Robyn. Thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate you. Missed you yesterday, but yeah, thank you so much for that, letting us know that you're thinking about us. Thinking about you too, Janet. Have a good one. All right. Then we had Brittany with the $4.99 super chat. Kody has said multiple times that he has his own mind. He's all but said, I choose not to be in my kids' lives. And Janelle still blames Robyn. Girl, stand it up. Stand the fuck up. Yeah, right? It's Kody, Robyn. Kody was like, she must be whipped. All that is you trying to give your man excuses on why he's screwing you over. Because if it's Robyn, it's not his fault. And if it's Robyn, he can come back. Because all he has to do is get rid of Robyn and everything will be better. And I even appreciate something that Christine said. Like moving to Kody Pass. I thought if we moved to Kody Pass because of the view, it was going to make our family better. Not us having open communication, not actually talking about or addressing our problems, not us actually having to deal with some of the issues, but just the fact that we have a pretty view is going to fix everything. It's kind of the same thing blaming Robyn. Just because you get rid of Robyn, you're still going to have the same problems because at the end of the day, your problem isn't Robyn. Your problem is Kody. Your problem is Kody. And if we keep it all the way a buck, if it wasn't Robyn, it was going to be something else or someone else. Robyn is just the person that you can point to and say, yeah, this is the catalyst of the change that Kody needed. It was going to be something else. I mean, hell, Kody had a certain age. He had a certain success point. He very well may have looked at Janelle and be like, you know what? I'm tired of banging with you anyway. I want to go get somebody younger because I deserve that. When he was out there at Special Forces trying to impress them young girls. If he was just with the OG3 and he was on Special Forces, he'd be trying to impress them young girls. Still. So it's not like I said, I mean, Robyn has her own set of problems, but I'm not willing to let Kody go because I'm so anxious to blame Robyn or the other woman. She's got her own shit, yes, but Kody is making decisions because he does have his own mind. He has his own mind. Now, his mind might be, I want to go along with whatever Robyn wants, but he does get to make his own choices. But thank you, Brittany. Then we had Tracy Roth Myers in the house. Love you, James. You're too funny, but real. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Just saying what I be thinking. Thank you, Tracy. Much love back. Sassy Experience with the $5 super chat said, let's not forget the OG3, including Janelle and Christine, were passively complicit in Robyn cutting out the bio dad of her kids. 100%. So no surprise when the script flipped on them. You know what, Sassy Experience? I need an applause thing. 100%. But this is the same shit. This comes from the same place. Say it one more again. This comes from the same place that I have when I said that Robyn doesn't owe the kids anything, but it would be a turnoff to me, a no-go for me, a red flag for me if I was with a woman and she couldn't accept my kids, or she tried to discourage me from spending time with my kids, or she was okay with me not spending time with my kids. It would be the same red flag, because if you're okay with me doing any of those things, then that lets me know what kind of person you are, what kind of character I'm dealing with. And if Kody and Robyn are willing to screw over her baby's dad for nothing, oh, we're going to fight because we got to have those kids. We got to get those kids. He wasn't taking the kids. The only thing he wanted to do was see his children. The only thing, and what's crazy is y'all sat there and watched them neglect those kids and damage those kids, because when you take a parent away from a child, you're hurting the child. Say that one more time, Jay, for the people in the back. If you take a parent away from a child, you are hurting the child. The only time you take a parent away from a child or remove them from that child's life is when the damage that parent is doing to the child clearly outweighs the benefits of their presence. So even if Preston wasn't coming around all the time, or as much as they wanted him to come around, or whatever the case may be, even if that was the case, if he was willing to spend time with them, encourage them, they benefit from having a larger base of people who are supporting them than they do by having a smaller base of people who support them. If they have one more dad, one more father figure, one more person in their life to tell them, son, daughter, you can do it. You're special. You're amazing. Oh, you're so smart. You're so beautiful. You're so handsome. Oh, you put together. Oh, son, you're cool. And encourage them that way. How does that damage them? Oh, he don't come by every weekend when he should. If he comes by once a weekend, and they get excited to see him. Because if you look at the earlier times when they were talking about him coming around, those kids were excited to see their father. They were excited to see their father. And it wasn't just Kody and Robyn taking the kids away. They took the kids away with the full-throated support of the OG3. Mary supposedly got a divorce to enable Kody to be in a position where he could take the kids away. Christine and Janelle sat there and celebrated Mary getting a divorce so that they could take the kids away. They talked about how we got to have the kids and we need to own those kids. They talked about that. But then you want to sit on stage and cry and bemoan about how it's not fair that the father ain't around for your kids. Make that shit make sense. And to be honest with you, that part to me is the most unforgivable shit. That the money is bad. The money is bad. The neglect is bad. But the stripping of a parent who is willing, able, and desires to be a part of their kid's life and is denied that ability. And you guys ganged up on them because, let's be honest, it wasn't a thing where you guys just said, no, we want to adopt the kids and we want to have them. You pressured them using not only financial force, but you used your platforms that you had by being on a television show to pressure him into signing that document. Even then, when they talk about, if you go back and watch they have a clip, I think it's on the Facebook page, where they show Kody and Robyn sitting there talking to her attorney. Oh, Preston came in and it took him a couple hours of me talking to him and convincing him that he should sign the documents because it'd be better for everybody and that we won't financially go after him and ruin his ass financially and destroy his current family over these kids, and a promise that he would be able to start seeing the kids again is why he signed the document for him to put the kids up for adoption in the first place. The fact he was sitting in office for hours is something he didn't want to do. And just on that fact alone, you guys are pieces of shit because you took children away from a father who wanted to be involved with his kids' lives. And we can sit here all day and say that Kody's a horrible person because he doesn't want to be involved with his kids. You had a man who wanted to be involved with his kids, and this family stole that from him. They stole that from him. And the one thing you could always say, well, they're old enough now, he could go back and maybe start a relationship with them now at this point. That's true. Maybe he can. But there's a good part where the damage has been done because he's been gone for years. There's never going to be a time where you can give me back something. If you take my kid, this is why I say different people. You're taking time away from me. You're taking experiences. You're taking shit from me that I'm never going to get back. If I was in Preston's position, I'm never going to get that back. The first time she goes out to the daddy-daughter dance when she's going with Kody, the first time she ride, if you got kids who are learning to ride bikes, if you got kids learning to drive, you got kids who are going on a first date. I got Kody sitting up there talking about don't be respect. You got to protect her from yourself because, you're a danger to my daughter and you kissing somebody else's wife. I got this fool-ass dude sitting there talking to my daughter about the birds and the damn bees. And corrupting her and destroying her self-image so that way she can't be able to have and maintain healthy relationships. And that's stolen from me. I would be pissed. And I feel sympathy for Preston because at the end of the day, these kids were excited to see him. The fact that he had to sit there and fight, claw, and beg so that he could see and be a part of his kids' lives, especially when you got no count, ain't shit dads like Kody who have kids who are begging to see him, begging to see him, begging to spend time with him, and he ain't got no time for them. You had a man who was on the opposite side of that, begging to be a part of his kids' lives, and he was cut out. But as Sassy Experience brings up, we supposed to forget about that and pretend like everything good and good. You know what I mean? Everybody's a hero. No, they were villains. They were all villains in that case. Anybody who participated in that. And like I said, my view on that stuff is different. Right? Because I don't just get the one who did it. I get anybody who was a part of it, anybody who knew about it, anybody who helped it. Everybody get it. You know what I mean? Everybody get it. Because look, that was insanity. But again, that was your first clue. Because you guys were all good with Kody stealing somebody else's kids and denying somebody else the ability to see their kids. But all of a sudden you surprised that they don't give a shit because they didn't give a shit about them kids. Let's start there. They didn't give a shit about Robyn's kids. The woman that he cares so much about, the love of his life, the woman he'll do anything for because she got the magic boom boom kitty cat. He didn't give a shit about their health and what benefits them. He didn't care about those kids. Oh, you thought it was gravy because your kids was different. Somebody gonna quote Maya Angelou. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. That's him showing you who he is. That's them showing you what they about. They don't give a shit about them kids. F them kids. It's all about what makes me feel good, what celebrates me, what benefits me. And if it damages the kids, it screws them up. If they sit there and cry themselves and sleep at night, if it damages their egos, their self-esteem, fuck them. Because it's all about how I feel. Oh, he won't see my kids. You don't want no surprises. I'm to the point, like Sassy Experience said, I'm surprised. You were surprised. I'm surprised. You're surprised. It's the only thing that has me surprised. Of course he was going to do that. Of course he was going to do that. Because he already showed you who he is and what he's about. Robyn showed you what she's about. She don't give a damn about them kids, don't give a damn about that family. Oh, those women were willing to sit there and trash talk him, and they were more interested in put more energy in trash talking him than they were willing to work on their relationship, says the divorced woman. Oh, you need to be a part of those kids' lives because they need their fathers. Didn't you sue your baby daddy? Sue his rights away? I did because I'm different. Because I'm Dodo Robyn. I'm the smartest brown in the brown house of Kody and Robyn, which ain't saying much. Thank you so much, Sassy Experience. Silly. That's a good point, though. They come pleasant. Yeah, they were. That whole thing, that really, that whole adoption arc pisses me off. It just does. It pisses me off. Especially when you got an ain't shit dad who ain't trying to be a part of his kids, basically adopting, stripping somebody else of their rights, who wants to be a part of their kids' lives. Right? Megatron with the $10 super chat. Megatron. Janelle 2-bit fake ass businesswoman ass refusing to date because she's sitting like a hawk on a wire waiting for Robyn to leave him so she can play his hero. She's pathetic and Mary should sue them for defamation. I told you. Off the top ropes. Here comes Megatron. They're gonna have to get all the WWE superstars to stop Megatron. She on that ass, boy. She is on that ass, sitting on top of a rope. Waiting you think she outside of those? We about to get in there, Kody, with the binoculars, the B-Knocks. We about to get in there. You gonna move in, Janelle? Not yet. A couple more purchases. Well, one or two checks start bouncing. Kody will be back. And when he come back, he gonna have some good stuff waiting for him. I'm gonna tear his ass apart. Thank you, Megatron. So waiting on him. Kody better not go to the store by himself. Megatron with the $5 super chat. Said Janelle tried to get Kody to get Robyn to convince Mary to sign. This baby tooth heifer need to walk behind the shed. If you know, you know. Cue my fight music as I fight the air. If you know, you know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you get out there to the shed, got to cut some wood up on there. We need to get Robyn to convince Mary to sign, because they good friends. I guess maybe that's the angle Janelle was trying to play. Like, Robyn is friends with Mary. And frankly, it's not a bad plan because Robyn's been manipulating Mary for years now. So, history being history, maybe Robyn can work that magic one more time on Mary. Mary, I'm looking out for you, girl. Go ahead and sign that document real quick. And maybe if Mary didn't have Jen in her ear, that's why Kody's mad at Jen. Girl, you better not sign that shit. You sign that shit, you count me out. Don't call my phone no more. What do you mean, Jen? I'm trying to be an adult here. And you trying to be a doormat is what you're trying to be. I'm tired of watching you come in my place, sitting there with footprints all up your back, talking about you tired of getting walked on, and you keep laying down for this mofo and Cruella DeVille wife. Like, you better stop that shit. Oh, well, I'm just trying to be. I don't want to be part of the Mean Girl Club. And what was? Yeah, let me give a shout out to Megatron real quick. Thing I like, thing I didn't like with Mary. Mary said, I don't want to be a part. She said, one, I don't want to be a part of the ex-wives club. And I get that. You don't want to be friends with Christine and Janelle because you don't like them. You don't trust them. I get it. I don't think it's a requirement. Just because you went through a bad experience with somebody doesn't mean that you guys are going to be friends, especially if your personalities aren't compatible. I get that. But I think it's weird that she too was sitting there saying that, oh, Janelle was playing girl games because she was talking about Kody behind his back. Mary, that's all you and Jen do is talk about Kody behind his back. Don't call it girl games. You just sharing with your friend the same way you have a friend. Kody has a wife. He shares shit about you with his wife. Trust me when I say this. If they sit up there, they're sitting there admitting, according to them, their best story, the story they think makes them look good, the story they're sharing is essentially Kody said, I was determined to screw Mary over. Robyn came in and said, you're not going to screw Mary over because I wanted to sign these documents. Right? You're not going to screw Mary over because she's my friend or I don't want you to be a bad person. In the best description, Kody was trying to screw you over. And Robyn had to stop it. You know that Robyn was trying to get you to sign some bullshit financial documents and some an NDA. And we got to talk about that too. Try to get you to sign that stuff. And you knew that. But you still sitting there saying that you don't want to be part. It's not about you being part of the ex-wives club. I don't give a fuck whether you're friends with them or not. It's not necessary. What my expectation is and why you catch heat, Mary, is because you refuse to get up and tell what you refuse to tell this tale. You want to keep it to yourself. If you want to keep it to yourself, that's fine. Go sit in the Airbnb and let Kody and Robyn cash them checks on your neck. But don't sit there and take up time on the couch and demand that people support you and back you up. And you don't even want to defend yourself because you can't be a thugalicious. Oh, I'm going to sit up here. Ain't nobody talking nothing about me because ain't nobody going to keep me silent. I got something to say. I'm going to say it my whole damn chest. I'm going to stand on my square because I'm about my business. And then at the same time, well, I'm too shy to talk. I don't want to create no waves. Which is it? Which is it? There ain't no part-time thugs. That's what's funny to me. Like, you have a new people who is like rough and tumble. They rough and tumble all the time. Everything they do is thuggish. Hey, if they're a thug all the time. They're a gangster all the time. Everything they do is gangster. They sit there, eat a bowl of Lucky Charms. They eat Lucky Charms like a gangster, right? They go to the Mac machine. They go to Mac machine like a thug, right? Everything they do is thuggish. You know what I mean? They ain't no part-time thugs, no part-time tough guys, right? And it's weird to me, like, don't make me flip the switch. Like, if you have that switch is usually stuck. If you're that person, you're that person. And so when it comes to like marrying them, you got to get pushed. If you got to get pushed into an argument, you got to get pushed into a disagreement, you got to get pushed into standing up for yourself, then you're not that person. And that would actually help me understand why you guys have to be limited by the one-on-one, because you don't have the ability to stand up for yourself. Just be honest. I don't have it. I ain't that person. If they come in and all they got to do is raise their voice, and I'm gonna just cower back because I'm scared. Okay, that's who you are. That's who you are. You'll get a lot more. I think people will be more understanding. Where people get frustrated and they question the whole idea of the one-on-ones is you sit there and pretend like you snarling and spitting and cussing. Or if I say what's on my mind, you'd have to hit that bleep button. Be sound like Morse code up in there. Beep 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 beep. Because I'd be cussing their asses out. Well, Kody happens to be here. All of a sudden, you got a big old can of shut the fuck up. Like, come on now. You ain't that one. You're not the one. Because if you like that, if you got that energy, I hope his ass is here. Let me take my shoes off. Let me take these high heels off. I should have worn my sneakers. That's if you know a woman that was a real one, that's where she would be at. Oh, they here? Bet. I thought I might have to make a special trip to catch their ass, but if they here now, then you just save me some time, right? Bring them out. Let's push this furniture back so we'll be tripping over nothing. Right? Bring their asses out. I wish I mean, I think Mary did she have on jeans? You know what I mean? Let me go back and put my scrapums on, and we can get this on and popping. We can get this squad, you know what I mean? Robyn, Kody, you want to come out here? You catch a fade right here. All I need is space. Ain't nothing, what did my man say? Ain't nothing between us but air and opportunity. There go the air. Right? You know what I'm saying? let's get it popping. So if you're about that life, you're about that life. But don't sit there and talk tough and Kody ain't shit, Robyn ain't shit. Then all of a sudden when Kody and Robyn show up, you giggling and shit in their face. That do make you look fake. Oh, how was the talk with Kody? Oh, I'm sitting here with you, Suki. It was bullshit. Cody's an asshole. Oh, it's so ridiculous and it's so stupid and ridiculous and it's just dumb. And when Christine's sitting there talking with Janelle, oh, it was good. It was wonderful. I really think that he was sincere with his apology. Which is it? I'm just saying. That's my frustration. I like consistency. You know what I mean? I can handle people not liking me. Just be consistent with it. You know what I mean? I just like to know where people are. I like to know, I can deal with you not liking me. I can deal with you, not trusting me. Just be honest. But don't sit there and pretend to be my friend like, old cartoon. It's better to have a a, a true enemy than a false friend. You understand what I mean? It's better to have a true enemy, somebody who's like straight up, I don't like your ass, than to have somebody pretending to be your buddy. And every time they see you, they got a smile on their face. And you're trying to say, oh, hey, friend, you're so funny. And they sitting there not all the time trying to backstab you and go behind your back and do shit to you. Just saying. About to get my blood pressure back up again. That's me, Gigi. $1.99 super chat. They need to start fact checking Kody in real time. Yeah, they do. They need to start fact checking all of them. I think everybody needs to get their feet held to the fire. And to be honest with you, that's the only thing that's going to keep the show going. Like, if y'all really want to keep this show going, because clearly you do, because you keep showing up for it. You guys like these checks. You like getting paid $1 million a year. And that shit is going to stop. If you guys don't start answering hard questions, you guys don't start doing difficult things. Look, you don't get paid big money for shit anybody could do. I could sit there and do the tell-all that they did. Most of you guys, I'm saying this because I don't think I'm that special in this sense. I think most of us could sit there and give the answers that they gave on this tell-all. Because they're not saying anything that we haven't heard before. They're not saying anything that's unique, particularly unique. The only thing that's really unique about it is the fact that it's coming out of their heads. But this is all stuff that, like, I've covered on my channel before, especially with the particulars of the financial agreement and the NDA, how Kody was going to screw them over with the land. You can go back to my videos that I made in season 16 talking about Kody Pass. That he was setting them up to screw them over on Kody Pass. I've been saying that shit. And that was before I knew that he was the only one with his name on everything. Like, this sounds like a total setup. Then when I found out about like how the land was deeded, I was like, he's screwing them. Y'all don't see this? Nobody see this? I'm not okay. We just gonna sit here and pretend like we all gonna sit here and pretend like we don't see that roach on the table. For real? It's looking right at you. You gonna okay? That's what we doing. All right, I'm the only one who see it. You ain't even gonna crush it. You ain't nobody gonna kill it. That's what I feel like. It's the most disgusting shit in the world, and everybody pretending like they don't see it. No, it's fine. But thank you. That's me, Gigi. Let me give you a little something. Because I 100% agree. They need to start fact checking their asses. Put some spice on it. Put some spice on it. And if they don't, just to go back to that, if they don't start challenging them, then the show loses value. You're going to lose this show not because you're an older family and we're competing against the secret lives of Mormon wives and those women are running around acting like they freaky deaky weaky deakies who just do anything and they always taking their clothes off and trying to be knocking and stuff. That's why they get views. No, because they going all out. They be telling stuff that nobody should know. I know things about their life that I should not know. And I don't ever need to know because it doesn't really move the story forward. It's just weird and crazy, right? I can't even get the sister wives to tell the truth about public recorded documents. And they refuse to answer questions. And if you're not doing it, like, they have to do hard interviews. I still got to do that video on Kody's actual redemption tour, like what he could have done to redeem his personality or his character on the show. And all of it involves stuff that they don't really want to do. That's why I'm not afraid to put it out. Because he doesn't have the courage to do the shit that is required for him to do in order for him to be able to move himself away from the position that he's in. It just won't happen. YouTube is my time machine. Member for 5 months. What? YouTube is my time machine. Long time supporter. So it was Robyn that pulled out the NDA. There was so much passing a buck. I don't know who was doing what exactly. See, that was actually something that I came up with a little while ago. I came up with that theory a little while ago. And it's nice that Robyn actually confirmed it. Because when they were talking about like when everybody signed the documents, like that was a big aha moment. Like, oh, it couldn't have been Janelle because the documents was passed and so therefore, or something that Kody had did, or Kody was going to use that to deny that he was the holdup. And I had said back then, a while ago, that yes, it was Robyn, because at the end of the day, the way it really works is if all the property as Kody had it listed, because Kody went down and listed the property, which is why it's so weird that he's trying to blame Janelle for that part of it. Kody, because why would Janelle be like, oh, he put me on 2 pieces of the land? No, Kody did that shit. Kody decided who was getting what and going on what piece of parcel. And he put Mary on a small parcel because he only wanted to give her a little strip of land anyway. And he really didn't want to give her any land, but he had to give her something because she basically gave him all her house money. So he had to give her something. And the way the title was deeded, it was deeded as joint tenancy, not tenancy in common. And what that means is that there's certain protections that you have by deeding your property under joint tenancy. Like, for instance, survivorship. If Kody, Robyn, and Mary, Kody, Janelle, and Mary were all on a piece of land, or Kody and Janelle were on a piece of land, and the land is titled joint tenancy. If something were to happen to Janelle and she passed away, that land does not go to her kids. That land is not part of her estate. That land would automatically revert to the other owner, which is Kody. So that would be Kody's property. If something were to happen to Janelle fell down some steps or something, God forbid, knock on wood, and something happened to her, that land would revert to Kody. It would be Kody's land, 100% of it. All right? That's how the titles were deeded. Why is that important? In order for them to change the ownership, add people to it, you're actually, by adding Mary to parcels, say just with Robyn's name on it, right? You are reducing not only her percentage of ownership, because on land where it's just Kody and Robyn, she's going from a 50% share to all of a sudden 25% share on that same property. So you're taking ownership percentage away from her. In addition, you're also fundamentally changing the deed. So the only way that can happen, any of that could happen, is if she signs off on it. So until she signed the document, there was no agreement. There was zero agreement until all parties signed the document. And so what she did was, Kody's partner, as he said, she's my partner. We work together. Kody signed the document first because that was supposed to give Mary and Janelle a false sense of security. This part is my opinion. It was supposed to give Mary and Janelle a false sense of security, thinking that, okay, we got the deal done because Kody is the big holdout, right? When Kody, the backstop though, is that Robyn didn't sign it. Now, on one side, we're going to make sure that Robyn signs it. So have Kody sign it. Kody didn't sign it till last. So this is why I'm saying it. Kody didn't sign it till last. So Mary signed it first. Then Janelle went down. No, Janelle signed it first. Then Mary went down and signed it. Then Kody went down a few days later. Then he signed it. Then months later, Robyn signed it in March. Now, Kody could have been like, sign the document, sign the document, sign the documents. No, I'm not going to sign it. See, look, I'm going to sign this. I'm going to give it to you. So I signed it. You guys just sign these documents. So you can't talk about an NDA and you say, I'm fine. We're financially settled. Then if Robyn doesn't sign it, it doesn't go through. In which case, Kody could sell the land out from underneath them. In that case, Kody could sell the land. And they all sign off on it thinking everything is good. Oh, we signed it all together. It doesn't matter with Robyn because Robyn's just the wife I don't like. Because, sister wife power, polygamy power. Robyn doesn't sign a document. Mary only owns 1/3. And that's all she would be entitled to. Especially if she signed the for sale document. If she signed the selling documents and Kody told her he was going to give her 25%, and she signed the documents, he doesn't have to give her 25% because with real estate, especially real estate covenants or contracts have to be in writing. There is no verbal agreement. It's in writing. They must be in writing. They must be in writing. So at that point, she's relying on the kindness of Kody, and Kody has not shown any kindness. I don't know what the fuck they're. Pardon my friends, I'm cussing a lot in this. This is going to get demonetized. But I don't know what the heck they're talking about. Kody is such a good man. He's so kind. He would never do that. He's been doing it. He set it up to do it. That's like me building a mousetrap and be like, oh, he loves mice. This mousetrap is going to crush them, cook them, barbecue them, and toss them across the yard. He loves mice, though. He would never do that. Then why'd he build a mousetrap? Just saying. So I think it was Robyn. And Robyn was going to be the backstop. So Kody signed it. Okay, guys, come on, sign it. I signed the document so we could transfer it over. And then when they refused to sign it, Robyn comes in like, I'm not turning over nothing. I'm not signing nothing. And I'm going to hold out. She tried to play hardball. And the only reason why we're even talking about this, because if Mary would have signed it, the NDA has nothing to do with the sale of the property. So if she signed an NDA, that's independently enforceable. Even if they screw her over and back, they decided, okay, you know what? We're only going to give you 1/3 or 1/4 of the property. So basically, Mary would have been entitled, if you look at the land, Mary would have been entitled out of that 15 acres. So we could put it in perspective. Out of that 15 acres, Mary was only legally entitled to 1 1/4 acre, like roughly 1 1/4, 1.5 acres out of that 15 acres. And if she would have signed it, they could have screwed her over, gave her, enough for an acre of land. So that's like 1/15 of the property of the sale, 1/15 instead of a quarter, 1/15. And because of the NDA, Mary could never talk about it. Thank you, YouTube is my time machine. And again, I'm more pissed at the fact that this is stuff that I've been saying. So it's not a surprise to me because I've been saying this. Like I've been saying this. It's just interesting. It's kind of a weird feeling because on one side it's like, yes, I was right. See, they just admitted it. So my whole thing, I sounded crazy when I was saying it before, but I feel vindicated. But then at the same time, it's like I feel vindicated, but they're not saying anything new. I mean, you're stating the obvious, or you're stating the already stated. So, but Missy Lane with the $4.99 super chat. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Thank you so much. Mary seems to forget that she ran to Kody and Robyn right after Janelle told her she should get an attorney. Mary can't be trusted either. I agree with that. There's a lot of loose lips in this damn family. Everybody talk too damn much, Or I won't even say that it's the fact that they talk too much. But everybody's too busy trying to backstab each other for anything really to get done. Because this is backstabbing shit. Because when Mary went back and told Kody and Robyn about the attorney thing, she wasn't saying like, yeah, I talked to Janelle and Janelle said I should get an attorney. And I'm thinking like, this shit ain't moving forward, so maybe I should pursue that. She went and was like, yeah, Janelle told me that we should get an attorney because we shouldn't trust each other. And Kody and Robyn would look like they was caught and shit. Oh, word? For real. You know what I mean? Kody and Robyn, the way they was looking at each other, they're like, oh, wait, what? Who said what now? Yeah. Janelle was like, you guys should go back and get attorneys because y'all gonna rip us off. And Kody had that.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
So you gonna get an attorney? Are you talking to an attorney? Right? So yeah, I mean, I agree with that too. I don't think that didn't, I think that that's a valid point. Because and that's the other part of it too. Again, this goes back to what I was saying about them not telling the truth. Because that as soon as Mary left, the first thing Kody did was snatch that receiver off the hook and start blasting Janelle about telling Mary to get an attorney. Because the last thing he wanted was for third parties, attorneys, courts, or anybody to get involved with this because he's passing off too much bullshit and too much nonsense. He doesn't want anybody to know what they talking about involved. So yeah, he would have been pissed. And I'm sure he called Janelle and let her have it with both barrels. And her ass probably sat there and took it. That's the crazy part. Like I said, Janelle got she popped a bunch of shit behind Kody back, but she ain't willing to stand 10 toes down on the shit. Like, yeah, I told her to get an attorney because I hired one. Yes, because you're taking too long. You're complaining that I'm always calling you about selling the property. That's because you're not trying to sell the property. So what are we doing? So yeah, I told her she should get an attorney. Is that bad advice? I don't know, because the deal still ain't done. Like, you just calling me about paying this shit off now. We've had the money for a while, but you've been bleeding the account out because you sit up there and spending it on every dumb thing that you want to do with you and your wife. Like, we've had the money to pay this damn thing off. Because you forget, I checked the books. I'm the accountant. I'm telling you. And that's another thing. Mr. Oh, she's my financial advisor. I be following her financial advice. She said back in season 16 and 17 that we been had the money to pay off Kody Pass, but he doesn't want to do it. We've already had the money to do Kody Pass. Hell, you had the money when you was trying to get her to buy Christine's house. You were saying, well, instead of me buying Kody Pass, paying Kody Pass, man, that money on Kody Pass, why don't we buy Christine's house? You're still trying to acquire property, and you're going to still turn around and ask me to cut a check to pay for Kody Pass? And then he would have turned around. Here's the secret to the sauce, y'all, in case you didn't know. I said this before, and I'm going to say it again because I'm going to bring it back up. If Janelle would have bought Christine's house, let me tell you how this shit would have went down. He would have bought Christine's house. Kody would have made sure his name was on. He would have gave a couple shekels to put on the down payment so that he could put his name on that house. So now Christine's house will be back in the family under Kody and Janelle's name. Then when he tried to screw them over for Kody Pass, he would have had no problem screwing them over for Kody Pass. You know why? Because I already gave you your money. I already gave you your money with Christine's house. But that's not just my house. Your name is on it. Then why don't you do me like you did Christine and just let me have a house and you give me Christine's house and I give you Kody Pass? No. Because he ain't Christine. He wouldn't have said, oh, I'm doing it for my own mental health. I'm going to just leave money on the table. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm going to just throw it away. He's not going to do that. He's trying to squeeze every nickel he can out from these women. So, no, he wouldn't have did that. He would have told Janelle, if we're going to sell Christine's house, then I want my half. Or better yet, I'll buy you out of Christine's house. Just let me make some payments. We'll go down, take your name off Christine's house, and I promise you I'll give you your money. Okay, Kody, yeah, that sounds like a plan. That's what he was dependent on. Then he would have wound up with Kody Pass and Christine's house. And he gets to be the real estate mogul he always wanted to be. And who knows? He probably, the way he do it, he probably, instead of moving into a $2.1 million something, he probably would have sold everything and tried to move into a full $5 million house. Silly Billy. All right, yeah, but that is a big factor though. Since we talk about like, oh, you know, Janelle betrayed Mary. Mary betrayed Janelle's ass too. Let's be honest. Let's be fair. Mary betrayed Janelle too, because she ran her ass right back to Kody. Kody, you ain't gonna believe this. Janelle been talking mad shit about you, Kody. And I was like, I'm not gonna put up with it because I don't want to be part of the ex-wives club. No, sorry, Bob. And Kody was like, yeah. Why don't you go ahead and write that check out? And like I said, the first time we get to see Mary filmed in the house is when she showed up with a check. Every other time they had her ass sitting out there in the snow. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me bring you a coat out because it's cold. Oh, you know you can't come and sit in my house. And she come over with a check. Girl, come on inside. Let me get your ass something cold to drink. Yeah, by the way, when I'm writing out this big ass check, Janelle tried to betray you too. I'm on you guys' side. Thank you so much, Missy. Jody Perez Scholar up in the house, $4.99 super chat. Jody Perez Scholar, OG, triple OG. But didn't they let him divide without their input? Yes. And that's part of the problem. That's also something, like I said, got to pull coattails. Kody got the money. He went down and did the deal by himself. Let me say that one more again. Kody went down and did the deal by himself. He decided whose name was going on what and where. And the problem that I was talking about way back when I said, I think I had a video called Kody and Robyn is stealing Kody Pass. The problem that you have is that I was always concerned with the time factor. See, if Kody would have went down, the ladies would have gave him the money. And for some crazy ass reason, like I don't understand what was y'all doing? You had adult children at this point. You didn't need babysitters. Like I think no, because Truly didn't even need to be babysat. Keep it all the way a buck. And even if she did, you had teenagers. You had kids that were going to college who could have been watching Truly. And you guys get off your asses and go down with Kody to put your name on, or to see the paperwork get done. But whether you're too lazy or you trusted him, whatever the case may be, he went down and put his name on all parcels of the property. He made sure his back was covered. And then the problem that I've always had with this, especially when you start talking about getting the courts involved, is that when he did that, if there was a problem or you disputed it, you should have turned right around and either filed some paperwork or you put in a dispute with him and try to work it out to where you can amend the titles or deeds at that time. You don't wait 5 and 6 years and then go back and talk about it should have been titled different, or it's wrong, or it's not fair, or it's not what you talked about. Because that's going to create a problem. This is the problem that you have. This is the problem that you have when, you file these types of this type of paperwork. For instance, if you have a couple and a young lady's going to buy a car, like he says, oh, baby, please, I want this car. It's so amazing. and she goes down. She writes him a check or lends him the money to buy a car. Now, clearly, they call it a loan. Girl, lend me the money. Come on, girl, hook me up. She gives him the money. He buys the car. 5 years later, he doesn't pay anything on the loan. There's no money. They're engaged. She turns around and says they break up. And she says, well, I lent you that money, that $10,000, so you could buy that car. And I want my money back. But we were engaged. Now, unless they have something in writing, the logic of it would be you didn't lend your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your fiance that money because you plan on building a life with them. That was going to be your wife, your husband. You gave him that money. That's how courts could easily look at that situation. In which case, you get nada. And especially if it's a thing where there's a huge amount of time where he didn't do anything, there was no steps for him to change anything. There's no protests on record to where you're saying, you dispute the decisions that were being made. You have no evidence to show that this is done wrong. It's just that you don't like it now. And courts are in a place where they try to make you whole if there's a problem and something was done to you. Courts are not in a position where they try to make shit right for you because you make bad decisions or you decide to do the wrong thing or this guy screwed you over because you trusted him. Because part of you trusting him is you trusted him. You made a bad decision based on trust. He wasn't worthy of that trust. He's fucked you. Sorry, sad that it happened to you, but it is what it is. A court isn't going to fix it. And in that case, like on rough economics, rough output, aside from the interviews and the talking that they were doing on the show, they wouldn't have much of a case. And that's where a lot of these guys live. So, yeah, but he definitely divided it without their input. And they took it. They just went along with it. So, and that's why this is why they're fighting like crazy now. And let's be honest, the only reason why they got their 25%, both Janelle and Mary, is because they're on TV. The only reason why they divided it the way they did is because they're on TV. If they weren't on TV, they would have got screwed. Thank you so much. But again, this is also, like I said, this is why I do the show, because the average person, it don't matter whether you put the shit on Twitter or not. He done got me for $500,000. Play on player. Like you don't have the same juice. I'm gonna take you to court and sue you. Look, going to court, you could win, you could lose. Either way, you're gonna spend a shit ton of money. And going to court and having a lawyer doesn't automatically mean that you're gonna get what you want. And let's be honest, some lawyers, the same way you can walk into a place and like, you go into a restaurant, this cook ain't shit. He's terrible. He took culinary classes, yeah, but he's horrible. The food is disgusting. There's bad chefs. They're bad cops. They're bad firemen. They're bad doctors. And they're bad lawyers. You got lawyers who will give you the wrong information and take your money. Or don't know what they're doing. Give you big shit. Yeah, we definitely gonna get it, under this, that, and the other so-and-so versus so-and-so and under the Supreme Court. We're gonna go in there and file that paperwork. You mean that shit that was overturned like 5 years ago? Oh. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't yeah, I've been you obviously haven't been paying for the Nexus updates, but okay. You Google that shit, you chat GPT'd it, So there's some good lawyers, some bad lawyers. Just having a lawyer don't mean you automatically gonna get justice. And the best way that you can protect yourself before you hire a lawyer is for you to use your common sense and try to make good decisions before you get to a point where you're gonna hire a lawyer or you need to hire a lawyer. Come to agreements. Like this stuff should have been, none of them are married. None of them have legal protections. And because you don't have legal protections, you have to take that extra step, especially if you're involved with these types of relationships. You have to take the extra step to protect yourself. So, I mean, there's that. But like I said, thank you, Jody. We had Lizzie B member for 6 months, 600 plus watching right now. Please remember to give James that HBO special and hit the like button for the live stream. Let's get it. Yeah, thank you so much, Lizzie B. Please hit the like button. You know you guys like it. Even if you hate like it, just yeah, give me some reactions. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Then we had Charlotte Frambrosi with the 279 super chat. It's a nice scarf. Please imitate Robyn breakdance. You know, and then I like to walk off. Like I done did some shit. You know what that reminds me of? It's on Saturday Night Live, Keenan had a thing. What's that song? Shit. It was like a talk show or something. And the guy from Ted Lasso was wearing like a red jumpsuit and he was dancing in the background. And then what's up with that? What's up with that? And the guy would be in the background dancing. And then as soon as the song go off, he would jump off the stage and walk off the stage crazy. It was funny as shit. But that's what Robyn reminded me of when she walked off. I'm gonna have to put that together. That's gonna be a short. But thank you for giving me the idea, Charlotte. Appreciate you. Give you a little something. I'll tell you. And she was missing that beat, boy. She was well, yo, she might look. We making fun of her. She was killing it down there in Utah. She might have been killing the game in Utah. She kind of reminded me of that one lady that got embarrassed that was doing the Olympics years ago. It was crazy, humiliating. But yeah, she kind of reminded me of her. I'm like, Robyn was doing the Olympics. Yeah, Keenan and Jason Sudeikis. Yeah. What's up with that? I'm gonna have to put that together. But thank you, Charlotte. Raiders mind the house with $1.99 super chat. Raiders mind the house. Tell the hubby I said what's up. Robyn obviously trained BD with that Austin Olympic lady. Yeah. Break dance with the Australian Olympic lady. That's right. Maybe that'll go in there too. I gotta find that lady. I was like, ooh, that's different. And it's not, you know what? She catches a lot of shit. The Australian lady, she catches a lot of shit. And they're like, I can't believe she made it to the Olympic stage. But she was the best. Like, she was the one representing their country. It's not her fault. Like, that wasn't really her fault. You know what I mean? It's not her fault. Because, I mean, look, there are people who are good. There are people who are bad. It's like the Jamaican bobsled team. They don't even have ice. Half the people never even seen ice. They don't know what snow look like. See, damn sure don't know how to bobsled. Like, so you can't be mad they come in last place. I can't believe they didn't medal. Are you what? Shit, the fact that they just saw ice this week for the first time, we should be impressed. That they didn't slide down that mountain and just bodies everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Those Jamaicans came down and hit the damn crowd like a missile. So I don't really blame that Australian lady. Plus, I mean, some of them people, man, they do crazy stuff now. You know, so but yeah. But unfortunately, Robyn wasn't that person. Thank you, Raiders Mom. We had Megatron in the house with the $5 super chat. Said TLC hosts a charity dodgeball with sister wives, cast versus fans. Oh man. Cues my walkout music, Tupac hit him up. I'm paying for MTR. Top 5 to play. Autobots, let's roll out. Megatron is head hunting. That ain't right, Megatron. She's straight head hunting. They're like, Megatron, bring that down a little bit. Got to try to hit center mass. You're going to be knocking people's wigs off. just hair and eyebrows everywhere. Eyebrows and fake eyelashes just everywhere. Like, Megatron, leave her alone. Megatron might be running across the damn thing, pick up a ball. Like, Janelle been out for a minute. Why you keep hitting her? She's keep hitting her with the ball. Megatron, take it easy. Megatron, a little something. Aunt Mitty in the house of the $4.99 super chat said, speaking for the white delegation, we do not claim Robyn. We want to trade, please. For anything. If anything, we will take anything, literally. We do not claim. That's all for those who get up, they panties in a bunch and the drawers in a buckle. That was a Chappelle thing. Dave Chappelle joke. Don't get crazy with it. Thank you, Aunt Mitty. Appreciate it. Can't believe she said that. Why would you trade Robyn? It's not like y'all wanted it anyway. Stop it. You're like, I mean, take Robyn for like two Ritz crackers. We will pay you to take her. How about that? We had Lizzie B gifted one My Take on Reality membership. Appreciate you, Lizzie B. Let me give you a little something. Lizzie B trying to keep the crowd going, keep the party going. I'm gonna 1 second. I'm gonna give some memberships. All right, I'm gonna give some memberships so you guys can come to the Saturday party. We have a open panel on Saturday. We talk about everything. We had a good time yesterday. So, welcome to the party, folks. Welcome to the party. Appreciate you. All right. But make sure you hit that like button. I'm gonna leave it there because I got all of this video, all of this one-on-one bull crap. I have a lot of stuff that I want to say. Because this, TLC on my nerves. The stuff they talk about, like I said, the whisper down the lane stuff. What is it? A phone call or whatever. Trying to go back and forth and trusting Suki to be able to relay the message the right way. I think it's too much. And then especially now that you're trying to bring friends out to support people. Jenna's coming out with Mary, David's coming out with Christine, and everybody's trying to chime in and get their thing off. We need to hear from the root. Like, we got to hear from the people saying the stuff. So I have a lot of observation. I have a lot of thoughts about this. So I will be dropping videos all week, and we'll move from there. So thank you so much. But Jody Periscala with the $4.99 super chat said, did you see Suki on Sarah Fraser's show? She was starstruck on there. Yeah, you know what? And that was a weird thing too, because she came out on Sarah Fraser's show. She was talking about how awesome and charismatic and handsome and fit Kody was, and how good shape he was, and how, she got to be careful how she asks questions because she likes everybody. And my thing is this. Suki's job is not to be a fan. Okay. Your job is not to be a fan. Your job is to ask the hard questions. The questions, and more to the point, it's not even so much hard questions. She doesn't have to get up there and grill them per se, but there are questions that the fans who have been watching the show, this is part of the reason why historically they wouldn't shoot the tell all until after the season ends, because they want to get the fan reaction so that they could judge or at least calibrate some of the questions either through a direct quote fans have asked or observations have been made, or according to Twitter. There was shows that used to open up like their Twitter page and invite fans to write in questions for the cast members, and they would read the questions verbatim to the cast members. Or you have, like, if there's a huge swell of observations or talking points that like YouTubers or reaction channels, Instagram, whatever, would make, they would, synthesize those talking points or questions into questions for cast members. And you're just basically, you're a pass through as a host, as a person who's talking to them. You're advocating for the fans. You're asking the questions or gaining information that the fans and audience want to know about what they saw. It's not just, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do that? Because we watched them do it. We already watched them do it. So there's no point you ask them if they did it. You can ask them, what were you thinking when you did this? Or when this happened, how did you feel? How did this make you feel? What was your first reaction? What did you guys say after? Like, did you guys run into each other afterwards? Did you ever call them and talk to them? That would be a follow-up question. Okay, fine. Mary, you say that Janelle betrayed you, and she asked this question. Did you call when you found out, did you call Janelle and confront Janelle? And if you did, what did you say? Did you call her and ask her? That's what I want to know. How do you feel about it? And it's also part of the reason why it would help if Janelle was sitting on the couch. Janelle, you rat bastard, you betrayed me. Mary, I never did that. That's not true. That's not what happened. But if y'all can't even deal with each other, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? So, just saying. But yeah, I agree. She was it was too much. And it wouldn't even be bad if she was like, if she was asking real questions and she was pressing the issues, and if she said, I actually like him. I'm a huge fan of the show. I watch the show all the time. It would actually make more sense, and I would respect it more. If she watched the show, I would respect it, because then she would have insights into when they are being dishonest. The problem I have with Suki is that I don't think she watches the show. I don't think she watches the show. So therefore, when you say that you're a fan, you're just a fan because you sit there and talk to them, and you're a fan of the bullshit they tell you when they sit on the couch. But you're not a fan because you don't watch the show. And because when they say shit that's contradictory to the things that we've actually seen them do, you don't know the difference. And that's also a source of frustration, I think, from the fans, is because you don't even watch the show. This is like, that's the equivalent of, low key, technically you can be good enough to where you don't watch it, and you just are that good of a reporter or that good of an interviewer that it's seamless, and it doesn't, conversationally, you have the common sense to be able to dissect like bullshit. That's one thing. But the hidden part of it is that if you are admitting that you don't watch the show and you get paid to basically watch the show because you're talking about the show, you get paid to know about the show, but you don't take time to watch the show, do your research, says a lot about you professionally. But it's also insulting to the fans because you get paid to watch the show. We're paying to watch it. And then you get up and act like you don't know shit about it. then it begs the question, why are you doing the interview? Why is she talking to these people? She don't know shit. And that's the insult. That's why people get frustrated. That's why it becomes a tell nothing and people get mad. Let me give Jody a little something, something. That's why people are mad. That's why people are upset. Because you don't understand the show. Yeah, if any of you who watch, and I'm looking at the chat, if any of you guys were hosting a show, if Kody came out and said, "Baba, yeah, you know," or Robyn, well, it's so important that a father's involved with his child, like Sassy Experience said, y'all be able to, whoa, Robyn, stop, Robyn, no, Robyn. You know what I mean? But this, look, let me say the statement because it'll make me look good. Okay, go ahead and say it, and then I'm going to tear you apart with your actions on the show. And that stops a lot of the bullshit. If you're able to call them out with stuff we've seen on the show, you know, just the fact that we always say like, oh, run the tape. We got to run the tape because the host don't know the shit. If the host knew it off the bat, and she's able to just say, no, that's not what we saw. No, that's wrong. Oh, I went on it, like he's sitting up there like season 16, 17. I went out with Mary. It was our 20th anniversary. She brought some Rice Krispie treats. And I said, we could get back together. I was so excited to tell my best friends we could get back together. I think I could get back with Mary. And Christine lost her shit. Kody, you do know we saw that, right? You do know that we saw how you sat there on that blanket and told Mary to kick rocks. So did something happen after that we're unaware of? Did you guys get in the car and, you know, get some of that green leaf love? And, you know, if the forerunners are not rocking, don't come a knocking. Was it one of those? Because what we saw on the camera was you blatantly telling her you would have no problem if she left. That's not you guys getting back together. So you have to clarify that for me, sir. Because that's contradictory to what we saw. And that's what the fans expect. And we shouldn't have to rely on a production team or the editors to go back and show us the difference. And honestly, and I'm saying this as a YouTuber, a person who does the YouTube stuff, reacts on the channel. You shouldn't rely on me or Sarah or Amanda or Crystal or Katie Joy or somebody. We should be able to get from the horse's mouth what's going on, and we should be reacting to it. We shouldn't have to fill in the blanks and put pieces together. Even if we are putting it correct, we're putting it together right, and we're writing our assessments, and we're writing the way we do it. Let's be honest. If we didn't talk about Kody Pass the way we talked about Kody Pass, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go on record right now. Janelle, Mary, you should thank the YouTubers and the YouTube reaction channels who have been talking about sister wives and keeping this issue alive for you as far as Kody Pass is concerned. Because honestly, it just hit me just now, fresh off the fucking presses. If we didn't do that, you would have got screwed. If we didn't do that, you would have got screwed. If it would have fell through the cracks and we didn't talk about it the way we've been talking about it and make it an issue, he would have took your ass under. 100%. He would have took you under. The only reason why Kody Pass is an issue is because the YouTubers have been talking about Kody Pass. In fact, we talked about Kody Pass so much. I even said the reason why Kody Pass became such a focal point for me is because that is a financial thing which we can talk about and we can articulate how much money has been invested, how much money they should get back, what's due and owing, and how much they've contributed. That's something that we could actually talk about, right? It's quantifiable. Love, time in a relationship, commitment to a relationship, the fact that you were loyalty to a relationship. These are all nebulous ideas or concepts that we can't put a number on. That's why I always focused on Kody Pass. But because, and I'm not going to say that, oh, James, I took all the credit. Because we as a community constantly talked about Kody Pass. Kody Pass was one of those questions that had to get answered, and it had to be answered the right way, or Kody and Robyn would have looked like shit. And had we not talked about it, they would have took full advantage of the fact that we weren't discussing it, and they would have took advantage of you, much like they did with the McMansion, much like they did with the shit show Chateau at $2.1 million something, much like they did with the fact that they bought that big ass painting, ugly ass painting. They got a house full of cruise line art in the crib. She got $60,000 worth of dolls and clothes and all that other stuff. That's because we weren't focused on it and we weren't talking about it. We talked about it after the fact. But you guys were complicit in that because you wanted to keep your mouth shut and you didn't want to talk bad about one another because you didn't want to be part of the ex-wives club who was shit talking Kody. So if it was left up to you guys, and Janelle sitting there with her mouth closed most of the time, and she didn't start talking shit until season 18. For real, for real. So, but for that fact, had we not been talking about Kody Pass would have been lost long time ago. He would have been sold that shit out from under y'all. So you're welcome. You're welcome. And at this point, you don't even have to you don't even have to give me credit. Just know that I know. Just know that I know. You can deny it all day. No, see, he wouldn't have did me like that. If he would have did you like that, why was he doing you like that? Why was he doing you like that? When he walked out of there season 18 and Janelle was standing in her living room crying, talking about she ain't got shit, you knew what it was because you ain't have right to nothing. And no, just the same way I say it from the beginning with Kody Pass, you can't force Robyn to sell. You can't force Kody to sell. And you can't sell shit without Kody's approval. And he's on 100% of the land. So even if Janelle said, look, I need my money, I got to have my money, you can't force him to sell anything. And no, you can't force him to buy you out. And if he does buy you out and make an offer, trust me, it would have been pennies on a dollar. So no, you're welcome. You're welcome. We kept that shit alive. The YouTubers kept that alive. Our community kept that issue alive for you. And I remember because there was a couple people that came at me and was like, James, why you keep harping on Kody Pass? Why y'all keep talking about it? Like, you right. And you're welcome. You're welcome. And then you'll get on you'll benefit from the stuff we put out and act like we're a bunch of leeches and bottom feeders. I don't know why y'all all up in my business. Why y'all worried about my world? Why y'all worried about my stuff? If we wasn't worried about your stuff, you wouldn't have your stuff. You're welcome. You're welcome. Julie Kristen with the $1.99 super chat. Robyn aging like cottage cheese in Arizona sun. Oh, that's a good dog. That was a good looking dog. I hate to like cottage cheese. Yeah. It's not going. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Kody like my shy, pretty wife. Kid, keep telling yourself that, playboy. She might be shy. I don't know. Let me get a little something. Oh, answer a question. What's this? I just saw it. Oh, so wait, Janelle warned Christine to take care of herself before she left. So why did she have nothing? She had nothing because she thought she was different. She thought Kody actually liked her and was going to take care of her. Is the difference? You know what I mean? The part of the problem with all the ladies in this situation, and I appreciate the question. Uh, you know, part of the problem that they have is that none of the ladies not respecting each other is a little harsh, but they don't they're quick to pity one another and look down on each other. So Janelle thought she was in a different situation. Like she thought she was better than Mary because Kody didn't like Mary. She thought she was better than Christine because she was smarter than Christine and she was more like Cody's buddy or partner. And he would come and talk to me about business and we would sit and have like these deep conversations because he respects my intelligence. Right. And so she thought she had that over Christine. And she talked all that logic stuff. So when she tried to help Christine, like, oh, okay, you need to protect yourself because he's not going to look out for you like he's going to look out for me. But she didn't recognize that, if he's willing to screw Mary over, then he's willing to screw Christine over. You see it go, you see where it's going. So you got to recognize that you can't think that you above it. Quick story time. Story time. There was one time, like I told you guys, I am the kind of person I can go out and talk to anybody, right? And there is it's actually a national motorcycle club, motorcycle gang, motorcycle club. I won't say the name of the club because I don't need that smoke in my life. But this club is known to be like, they've had instances where they've deleted like police, like state level police officers, like shooting out with them. They have issues with people of the darker variety, if you understand what I'm saying, historically. And there's a lot of problems, like criminal stuff that they're involved with. Well, I was in this bar doing karaoke, and there's a guy who was part of this club, and he liked to do karaoke too. And I've seen him at several places before doing karaoke. And he had a pretty decent voice. So as rough and tumble as he was, he had a pretty decent voice. And we ran into each other this one night at this one place. And we got to chopping it up, sitting there talking or whatever. Person to person, we're fine. Probably couldn't do that in front of his club, but we were chopping it up. And it was like him, me, and this other guy who was from like a suspect part of Philadelphia, right? And we just in this suburban bar chopping it up, singing songs and stuff. And this guy, being who he is, like I said, you a thug all the time, right? Being who he is, he starting shit. First, he tries to pick a fight with some guys, like down further at the bar. Like he picks a fight with them, and I noticed that there's two guys over here. The guy is over here with his girlfriend. He picks a fight with him, and he knows, like I know, that the other two guys are over there. And I see him back up. He's talking, like arguing with the guy. He backs up to where there's a bottle. And I'm like, oh shit, he gonna hit that guy with that bottle, right? He gonna ring his bell, and that's gonna start everything off. I'm hoping it don't jump off because all he got to do is jump on the horn, make one phone call, and this whole place is a parking lot, right? So he starts backing up. Everything gets calmed down. His girlfriend calms him down. And then, because what it was, he was there with his girlfriend. His girlfriend was sitting down there talking shit with the other girl. He gets up, yells at his girlfriend because he wants to create a problem. The guy comes over, yells at the biker for yelling at his girlfriend and his girlfriend. And that's what started the issue. That didn't work. Then the other guy who's been riding his junk all night because he wants to be affiliated with the guy's club, right? So he been riding his junk all night. Then he goes over, the fight happens or the disagreement happens. He go down, try to talk to the calm things down for everybody. So because he don't want his night to end either, because he want to get affiliated. And he come back, sit down. Biker boy go to the bathroom. He go down there and talk to the guy. Biker boy come back. He look at me, go, watch this. Dude sit down, and he starts with him. And they go, he banging him out. Go sit with your boy. Go down there with your friend. Go down there with your friend. Bump you, F you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, shit. Check, please. I got to go. A check. Because I see where this shit going. Like, it's coming down. Like, it's literally going like them, him, another guy, me. Right? I know what it is. Because he's looking for a problem. And I'm trying to leave before, I got to respond to this guy's request for a problem. And that's all this is. If you're sitting there and you're watching a guy cycle through the crowd or cycle through trying to find a problem, you got to recognize that I'm not special. We've been sitting there talking. We've been chilling, having a good time, busting it up, cracking up, chopping it up, laughing the whole time. But we are not friends. We're not buddies. Right? And if he call his people down here, I'm in all kinds of shit. I need my check, gotta go. Right? Same thing with Christine married Janelle. If he screws over one, he screws over Mary and has no problem or remorse about that. He been married to Mary for 30 years. No problem screwing her up, telling her he don't want to come sleep with her, don't want to spend time with her, melting her ring down, stuff that we found out not till season 19 that he did. Christine already knew about. Janelle already knew about. Then you watch him try to screw over Christine and take the house that she's basically put her money into. She put her paying every payment by herself. And because the only thing that saved Christine wasn't a genius move. The only thing that saved Christine was the fact that Kody was buying a McMansion and he couldn't be on Christine's house anymore. That's the only reason why he took his name off Christine's house. That wasn't a genius move that she made. It was the fact that he was buying the house that he wanted with Robyn. And even after that happened, he still tried to screw Christine's ass over and take her house. And you knew that. Janelle was privy to the fact that she had asked about the McMansion. Why don't we all put our names on a McMansion? No, that's Robyn's house. That's Robyn's estate. But he was ready to take the estate off of Christine, and you knew about it. So you thought shit was different because it was you? And then by season 18, when they get that big blowout fight and he walks out the door, yeah, Janelle was screwed. Because she trusted so much into the system that she didn't protect herself. And that's the stuff that I want to echo. That's the stuff that I want to amplify as an example to people who are in that community so that they can see that if you trust this guy and you listen to the bullshit he's telling you and you don't backstop it with any facts, you don't backstop it with any legal documentation, you don't backstop it with contracts and agreements, you can walk away from a 30-year relationship that you've been pouring everything that you have financially into with nothing. She thought she was different. When she went to that apology dinner, she thought she was different. I came to you first because, you have the high honor of being the one I'm apologize to first. Oh, thank you, Kody. She thinks she's different. And that's how I get you. But thank you for the question. I'm gonna have to let y'all go. Oh, wait, what was this? Julie Kristen said $1.99 super chat. Said, wait, I'm confused. Did Janelle sign an NDA? It looks like she didn't. I don't know. See, it's the same thing. Like, part of me wants to say she didn't, But the way she's answering the questions, she might have. She might have. And that would be the dummy do. And maybe that's why Kody feels so confident coming out telling the story. And Janelle's answers are so spotty. Like she's like, I want to disagree, but I don't want to disagree. I don't want to say that it wasn't that, but no, that never happened. No, not like that. But she's not putting any meat on the bones. So there's a possibility she signed an NDA. The problem with an NDA is you can structure an NDA so you can't even talk about the fact that you signed an NDA. And if she signed an NDA, that would be a stupid. And Cindy from Oz makes a good point. She said, we need Maddie to sit with Janelle in a one-on-one. I don't know why she didn't invite her. But see, here's the other part of it, because somebody made this observation. I forget who it was, which is very good, because they had said there's a possibility, because the NDA discussion, all this discussion was happening right around the time. Remember when Maddie used to have that podcast, like Authentic Society or whatever? I think it was. That she was doing with her girlfriend, and then all of a sudden she was like, I'm no longer going to do this podcast. I'm going to stop doing the podcast. Right? And it was weird that she had stopped, was she thinking it was going to explode? Like, you got to work it up. Like, I came out with 3 and it didn't go viral yet. I'm done. Right? So that was weird. But there's a possibility that when Janelle signed the NDA, Kody maybe put something in there or threatened her that, if Maddie gets on the show and she talks bad about me, I'm going to assume that you're talking to her about me and I'm going to sue you. So it was a little weird that, like, around the same time that this conversation was happening about the NDA, all of a sudden Maddie quits her show. And she's no longer talking about, Kody in that way on the show, with the exception of Sister Wives. And that in the show itself relies on their ability to be able to talk. Yeah, Carmel Cuties. She's saying what I'm saying. Like, Maddie stopped her podcast around the time that Kody made a guest appearance in North Carolina. Yeah, it was around that same time. So that could have been part of the discussion. Like, Maddie got to come up off that show, or I'm gonna screw you over too. And here's the other part about it also that I never really thought about. And I'm gonna bounce, but let me know what you guys think if you want to call into the show on Tuesday, or if you want to call in the speak pipe. Is it possible that Janelle signed the NDA, or she got screwed and now she's embarrassed, and that's why she's not, you know what I mean? Like, she's embarrassed because she made a bad decision and she doesn't want to come out and say, yeah, he got me. That was stupid. I did that. Pride goeth before the fall. So I don't know. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna let you go because we've been rocking for 3.5 hours. I said to myself it was only gonna be 2. And we just kept going. And it was fun. I'm not even mad. Carl Kid said, they some lames, because I would have easily said to Kody, challenge accepted. I wish you would try to stop me from talking. Yeah. Take your best shot, player. Take your best shot. But I mean, there's also a thing too where subtle difference. If Carmel Cuties, I don't really see you not talking from the beginning. So it would be, he would know what it is from the start. So it wouldn't even be a change of like, all of a sudden I'm gonna change it up on your ass. I'm gonna start talking. You know what I mean? Like, well, I've been talking. If anything, you got to stop me from talking because I'm already started. With these ladies, it's like, I'm trying to be his friend. I don't want, it makes me look bad. So I don't want to be saying no rough stuff. Shit, put it where the goats can get it. That's what I say. I mean, he already talking shit about you. Like, so wait, ain't no point you pretending like, it's gonna get better. He already talking shit about you. Like, what are you gonna talk more trash? Cindy from Oz. Yeah, guys, I appreciate you hanging in there with me. I know I went long, but thank you so much. I had a good time. We will be back next week as well to talk about part 2. Make sure you check the channel. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell for notification, because I will be dropping videos all week. Go back and if you haven't seen it, I dropped 2 videos last week talking about heroes versus villains, like why Kody and Robyn will, perpetuate. They were set up to be the villains from the beginning, and why they can't break out of that, and more to the point, why the audience members are drawn towards OG3 as heroes. And it's not like, oh, they don't like me because they see me as a villain, and villains can't be rehabilitated. Their images can't be changed. And that's why I have a picture of John Wick on there, because I compare and talk about how even John Wick can become a hero, right? The anti-hero, but he's still considered a hero, a protagonist in his story. And we talk about why. There's also another video where I talk about Kody, they judged him not worthy. And this is specifically talking about Kody's criticism of everybody saying that you guys just don't understand polygamy and how it works because you're all monogamous and you don't understand how polygamy works. And apparently the people who do understand how polygamy works think that you don't know how polygamy works. So there's that. And I talk about that. So those are 2 videos that if you're looking for something to watch, they're available. Then I will be dropping videos all week. So make sure you check those out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Huge shout out to the Mega Mod Squad in the house. Got Lizzie B, Caramel Cuties, Brittany Not Brittany, OG Triple OGs, holding to play it down. And then let's also go to the folks who left super chats for me. It's very kind, very generous this evening. We have Brittany Not Brittany. We had Megatron in the house. Michelle Woods up in chair. Then we had let's see, Sassy Experience, Ty, Tiffy Covington, Terry Crumpf. We had SD Mac, Unlimited Lipstick, Janet in the house. We had Tracy Roth Myers, Sassy Experience, and that's me, Gigi. That's me, Gigi. YouTube is my time machine. Missy Lane, Jody Periscala, Lizzie B gifted one My Take on Reality membership. Make sure you guys come through on Saturday to check us out for one of the roundtables. It's an awesome event. When we had Charlotte Frambrose. Thank you so much. Raiders Ma, Aunt Mitty, and Julie Kristen. Thank you guys so much. And I want to thank everybody in the chat for keeping everything live, peaceful, lively, funny, interesting, and awesome. Let me give you a little something. As soon as I find my something. And so thank you guys so much for joining us. Please remember, hit that like button, subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Give me that HBO special. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening. That's my take. I'm James, and this has been My Take on Reality, and I'm